Mm. 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 Yes. Hmm. Yes.
That donkey is so
Hmm.
fucking dusty. Why is it so dusty? Girl, you're probably right.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
No, don't look at it. Oh, no, don't. Oh. Doesn't it look kind of sheepish? Like it's like. Oh shit! I didn't mean to play this song. Fuck! Hold on a second. Hold on.
Hmm.
everyone, welcome to a stream out of your worst nightmares. Welcome to a stream where things go bump in the night. A stream where several unexplainable things happen. Disturbing things. Terrible things. Mysterious things. There will be no stalling for this stream. It's only going to be pure, unfiltered terror. Viewer beware, you're in for a scare. Look out. There might be something behind you. There might be something lurking.
You're in for a scare.
You're in for a scare. Hey there. You might be in for a scare. Viewer beware. Something scary is afoot. A little bit of scariness. Or something. Is she talking or is this a weird recorded piece? What the hell is that supposed to mean? You're making me self-conscious. What the fuck? I'm leaving. I don't want to do the stream anymore. I wasn't even gonna stream today and now I'm in Paris. This is a stream pre-recorded. Can you imagine? Oh man, I really want to do that one day. Just pre-record an entire 3-hour stream. And just start pretending I'm reading the chat and I'll read messages. I'll pretend to read stuff that's is this pre-recorded? Oh yeah, sure bro, it's pre-recorded. Oh man, chat these days. Everyone's really getting on my nerves. Everyone's really chapping my hide. That's every stream. Bro, that would be so much effort. I would never do something like that. That would be weird. Schizo stream? Well, sorta. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. How's the music level? Is it good? Aethel helped me fix my mic and it sounds so much better. Do you think it sounds better? Breakdown stream 3. I think we're on breakdown stream number 254 now. You sound a bit better now? Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad. I don't want my voice to hurt your ears. Also, the background noise is a lot smoother now. You won't hear as many cars and trucks ambling about, making their way down the road, making their way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homeward bound. Hello everyone, let me switch my screen so I can look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Ah, shit, I have to cover up my eye. Shit. Oh, fuck. What button was it again? Fuck. Shit. Fuck. When you hit this really fast, it looks so stupid. Wait. Is it caps lock? There we go. Caps lock 4. 4 is the number of death. You know how in Western cultures 13 is often associated with bad luck, misfortune, and the occult. However, in some Asian cultures, the number 4 is associated with the same things. And often hotels remove the 4th floor. Forsen. Weebler? Oh god. Speaking of which, I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was going through my Google Drive to upload a bunch of stuff for my editor and also like working on my script for that video I made. And I found this old mysterious PowerPoint presentation that I think I made for Japanese class in high school. Cause I think I'm using the same email that I've had since high school for a lot of stuff, which probably isn't a good idea, but oh well. What music are you listening to? Oh, I'm listening to... Here, I'll put it in the chat for you. It's Desert Sand Feels Warm at Night with a bunch of Japanese words that I can't read. This one. I love this mix. There's a bunch of these all over YouTube. I don't know. I think it's like... Is it the same artist for all of them? I think it might be. It just sounds very dreamy. It's a very nice laid back kind of thing. Wait, how do I I found this fucking presentation here. Let me show you real quick. Yeah, it's my big head cheat code. You gotta go up, down, left, right, circle, X. It's... I don't even know if I should say... Okay, can you guys guess what this presentation is for? It was for Japanese class in high school. But can you guess what kind of presentation it is? Like what the topic is? You will not guess. You will never guess what it is. When I stumbled upon this, I felt strange. I don't even remember making this. Did I make this? I feel like I maybe did. It's on my Google Drive and it looks like something I would make. Nope, it's not about it's not about lumberjacks. It's not about video games of any kind. World War II. It's not about World War II. The Meiji era. No. It's not about pig raising. It's not about big trucks. However, you are close. You are so close. You're probably the closest person to what it is. Here, how do you view slideshow? Here, let me show you this shit. Cause it's all in Japanese, and I have no fucking memory of making this. None at all. I stumbled upon it, and I felt like I was in the fucking Twilight Zone. It's like the most mundane thing ever, but that makes it like... I don't know, it feels like some kind of weird SpongeBob Lost episode kind of shit. You know? Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I don't accidentally show you guys a degloved horse hoof again like last stream. Traffic laws? No. Close though. It is something to do with cars. Okay, here's a... Do you want me to present it to you? It's so stupid. Hold on. Wait, I feel like I need the right music for this. Hold on a second. Let me pause my chilled out relaxation time music and put on what would be fitting? Fancy restaurant music. And wait, I need one of those stick pointer things like a teacher uses. What's this? What's those called? What's Bro, I found one! I found the perfect one! Ah! Did anyone else notice that, that when you go to look up a PNG on Google Images now, it doesn't do the fucking annoying WebM thing? Did they finally change that? I haven't run into a WebM in so long. Every time I save a PNG, I still get, like, shudders. I still get, like... I don't know, like, aftershocks of trauma. Here we go. Wait, what was it? Webm or WebP? It was WebP. Yeah, WebP. Sorry, I sound like your grandmother. I call every video game console a Nintendo. You're gonna have to educate me. Alright. I got my sticky pointer thing. I'm about to school you all about a very important topic. Here we go. Does it look like I'm fishing? Why is it tickling so much? Guys, this is my big thin wiener. It looks like a carrot. A baby carrot. Okay, I have the presentation. Let me make it big mode for you all so you can see it perfectly. Wait, shit. Ah, fuck. How do you go back to slide 1? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody in here. Welcome to the weird PowerPoint presentation I found on my Google Drive that I think I made in high school, and I'm not really sure what it is exactly. This is Taya no Tori Kai Kata. I don't know if it's because I have the most, like, my brain is fucking broken. I have the most broken sense of humor from years of, like, internet brain poisoning, but just, like, the pictures, the, like, pixelated pictures of, like, a flat tire. The, like, pretty flowers and the Japanese text is just so funny. I don't know why. Well, this says... Taya tori kai nakute wa ikemasen. Take notes. So, first off, you find anzen na basho, I think is what that says. This picture. This picture is creepy. I feel like if I, like, adjust the brightness on it, I'm gonna see, like, a face in the darkness. Parkingu breaking! Parkingu breaking! Thank you, driversedguru.com, for this picture. Parkingu breaking! Spare tire! Jaku! I wonder what letter grade I got on this PowerPoint presentation. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Are you taking notes? Do you know how to change the tire now? Iremasu! This picture is so... Wait, there's someone's foot in the background. Like... What the fuck are those? Fuck, I didn't mean to open Google Chrome. Don't sniff it. This is educational. This is a habu kyabu. And negi means screw. Why did I write that in katakana? Taya wo agete. Tarashi taya. Negi wo shimemasu. Kuruma wo sagemasu. You bring it down. And then it just ends like that. Is that how you change a tire? If you are a Japanese person and you want to know how to change a tire, well, I got the presentation for you. I made it when I was probably 16 years old. Probably 10 minutes before class was about to start. Because I procrastinated the night before and was probably up until 6 a.m. doing dumb bullshit on the family computer. I was a really good student. That's it? What do you mean that's it? I think I did a really good job on it. That better have gotten an A+ at least. Okay. I I don't know, share a little piece of history with you all. I still don't know why that's in my Google Drive. I really don't know. It feels like haunted. Speaking of haunted, I want to do all kinds of spooky shit today. I want to have a bit of a spooky one. I'm feeling a little creepy and kooky. A little creeped out. Cooked out. I wonder if you guys are too. I wonder if you guys feel a chill in the air tonight. I wonder if you guys feel like there's something lurking amongst the shadows behind you. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. I wasn't gonna stream today. Last stream I said I'm either gonna be back on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on when the Risk stream is. Cause that's gonna be on Athel's channel, and I didn't know how much preparation stuff I would need to do for the Risk stuff. I mean, cause I'm not in it. I'm not in the stream, but I just thought, oh, I should help out. I should help out the people who are going to be in the stream, which isn't me, nor is it Athel, because he is busy and also can't make it to the Risk stream. But I wanted to help out all the people who are going to do it. So today, I didn't know if I was gonna stream today, and that's why I'm on super late. Sorry about that again, but I figured better a late stream than no stream, you know? So part of the reason I wanted to stream today, and please don't make fun of me, is I really wanted to watch scary videos and just like do a deep dive, do like a fucking rabbit hole investigation into all kinds of creepy shit for just a little bit. It's like a little bite-sized creepy spooky yeah kind of stream, you know? And I I get too scared to watch scary videos and stuff on my own. So I thought it would be easier to do it if I have Twitch chat and my peripheral vision being like, oh god, oh spooky, with me, you know? I'm a scaredy cat. Yeah, it's time for the midnight witching hour, so to speak. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Are you guys gonna get scared? Are you gonna get creeped out? I'm already creeped out. I went into the stream feeling a little bit spooked already because I saw something on please don't make fun of me, but I saw something on Reddit that sent a chill down my spine. And I wonder if any of you guys saw it too. It was this picture that someone took. It was like an automatic picture someone took. Like they set up a camera. Maybe it was like motion activated or something. But they put it in their kitchen. And they checked the photo gallery when they got up the next morning. And because it was like a night vision camera, they could see into the darkness. And they saw a dark figure in their kitchen, just standing there. And I don't believe in paranormal stuff. Like, I mean, I get kind of creeped out when I'm in the dark. I'm kind of scared of the dark. But I don't legitimately think that there are like ghosts and spirits and stuff. I just get kind of spooked out by just like the unknown and just like a what if. They're not real, but what if they were? And I feel like the scarier part of that picture, which here, let me see if I can find it actually. The scariest part of that picture to me is not that it could be a ghost, is that it just looks like a fucking dude. Like a real ass. Look at it! From the picture! From the picture! Ah! I can't look at it, bro! It's too scary! I can't look at it, it's too scary, holy shit. It just looks like there's an actual dude there. Like, you know those stories that... This actually happens, by the way. And it's scary as fuck. People will notice like food going missing. They'll hear like noises in the night. And they'll think like, oh, maybe I have like a rat infestation. Or maybe there's a spooky ghost. And they find out that someone was living in their house. A complete stranger. Living in their house. In the crawl space, in the attic. In a closet somewhere. And they had no idea. Okay, I'll show it. I'll show it. Oh fuck, it's so bad, bro. It's so bad, bro. Give me a big chill. Give me big chill time. Okay. Do you see it, bro? Do you see it, bro? I can't look, bro. Look at it. Do you know where he is? Did you see it? Here, let me zoom in. Oh, Jesus Christ! Bro, it looks like fucking Rasputin or like... Jesus. Do you see that? Brother! John Wick! He's just standing there, bro! Ah! He looks friendly? Oh, fuck, bro. I don't know about that. Someone, like, adjusted the brightness on this picture, and you can see even more of his facial features. And he has a fucking reflection on the countertop. He just wants a friend? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if he wants to be friends, that's cool, but I don't think he should be lurking in their house at night. Oh, cool. They have one of those, head scratcher things. Here, let me get out of the way. One of these things right here. Those things are so fun. So fun to rub on your little noggin. But yeah, look at this fucking dude. So I have a couple theories. A couple meaning 3. Number 1, maybe it's like a pareidolia? Is that how you pronounce that? Sorry, my throat's gunky. Pareidolia, where there's not really anything there, but because of like a trick of like some kind of lighting or like a camera glitch, or maybe there's something on the wall that kind of looks like that when the light hits it a certain way, and it makes you think that there's a face there. Like, humans are trained to recognize faces, like the shape of a face or like facial features in pretty much anything. And maybe it's a case of that. I don't know. Yeah, this is a nightmare stream. If this stream doesn't give you at least one nightmare, I have failed. Turn the contrast way up. Here, let me see if I could do that on OBS. Would that be? Would that be color correction? Do you see it, bro? No, bro, no. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I'm out. Fuck that, bro. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Oh my god. No. I can't. It's so fucking scary. That's way too fucking scary. It's like a 7-foot tall jigsaw. It does kind of look like that. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. Hold on a second. I need to hydrate. I got like, I got so scared that all the water in my body just completely evaporated. Like, hold on a second. Ah! Yeah, I was over there morbid in the corner. They they have more pictures too. Let me see it. Oh Jesus. Wait, there's another one. Does he move? What the fuck? Look. There's more! He's like facing a different angle! Oh, he definitely moves! He definitely moves his face to the side, bro! Bro, fuck this shit! No! Ah! He's definitely moving! What the fuck? Ah! Shit! Ah! Well, this one, he looks kinda chill. Kind of looks like Darkside Phil, but with a big beard, and he looks like he's doing that like head tilt thing, going like, "Sup, sup, dude, sup." It's Jared Leto. It's just Asmongold. Yeah, it's Asmongold stumbling out of his gamer cave to get a midnight snack. Feeling a wee bit peckish tonight. That's what Asmongold sounds like. Fuck, I'm sorry. I got so fucking scared, dude. Oh, fuck. Ah! Whoa, bro. Dude. He's like leaning forward. He definitely moved, so I don't think it's like a mannequin, right? The head has too much movement to be a mannequin. So maybe... Okay, either they have a friend and they had him like pose in the doorway and they were like, bro, I'll give you $5, just go stand in the doorway and act spooky. Or they have some kind of dude living in their house and they think it's a ghost. There's just a dude living in their fucking crawl space. That's so spooky. Ugh. I can't handle that kind of shit. I saw this picture while like half asleep. I was just waking up and I was like, fuck. I don't know if I should wake up this early. Maybe I'll try to fall back asleep after reading some boring shit online. And I saw this shit and I couldn't fall back asleep for like another hour. It was so fucking creepy. So that inspired me. I wanted to watch more creepy stuff. Just for a little bit. Just a wee bit of spooky stuff. Yeah, maybe they did it just get a bunch of upvotes on Reddit, but even if it is staged, it is pretty creepy. That kind of stuff is the creepiest shit. Just like videos or pictures where it's like, oh, we were just taking a picture of something and then we saw a really fucked up creepy ass face in the background. That's entirely unexplainable. I have to sneeze so bad. It's been building up inside of my skull for the past 10 minutes and it feels like my head is about to burst. Holy shit. Yeah, and if you like... Bro, if you look at the refrigerator, how tall is the average refrigerator in like an American home? They're like 6 feet, right? 6 or 7 feet? About 250, 350. Like 6 feet? Yeah, that guy is taller than the refrigerator. He looks like he's almost 7 feet tall. That's pretty creepy. So they either have a 7-foot tall friend or a 7-foot tall stranger living in their house. A bearded, mysterious stranger. So I didn't I kind of started the stream just feeling a little lackadaisical. I wanted to go down a little rabbit hole on some kind of creepy shit. Maybe we could watch some Nuke's Top 5 to start out. Even though Nuke's Top 5 is pretty cheesy, I have a soft spot for it. There's some bangers in Nuke's Top 5 videos. I just don't like the ones where it's like the paranormal investigation type of videos where it's just like people walking around in a haunted spooky house with the green night vision camera on and they're like, give us a sign. Blah, 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 blah. For like 10 minutes and it's just fucking nothing happening. The real like spooky shit is like either like stories of people who went missing and nobody knows what the fuck happened, or I don't know, like those videos like I said earlier where someone takes a video and then they see something creepy in it after the fact and they have no idea how it happened. Oh yeah, Missing 411. We could watch some Missing 411 stuff. I always wanted to watch those. I think someone told me about that on a stream before, but I never found like the exact videos that they were talking about. Yeah, I want to watch some shadow government stuff. I want to watch something on the Russian sleep experiments. I've never seen the original Japanese Grudge. I've seen the American version of like parts of the Grudge. And I've seen The Ring. I've seen Ring and Ring 2. And Ring 2 actually caused me to accidentally break my mom's nose. Cause I ran home after seeing it with a friend when I was in like 5th grade. And I wanted to hug my parents cause I was so terrified. And to add insult to injury, like, my friend's dad drove us through a fucking graveyard. He was trying to amp up the scary factor even more. He drove us through a dark graveyard at like 9 p.m. at night, rolled down the windows, and started like screaming at us to make us even more scared. So after leaving Scary Movie and then that whole situation, I just fucking bolted through my front yard. I didn't want to be outside in the dark for any amount of time. I was so fucking terrified. I flung open my front door, ran into my mom, and accidentally headbutted her because she wasn't expecting me to just fucking bolt into the house and try to hug her. She didn't know that I just got the life scared out of me. So I just collided with her with my big fucking head and I broke her nose. And my mom was really upset and was like, I don't think I've ever heard her cry that hard before. Ever in my life. And she just had blood like pouring out of her nose. My dad was pissed. My brother was pissed. They were like, what the fuck did you do? How could you do this? Why did you do that? And I spent the next couple hours I was sitting on the floor in the kitchen sobbing and having an anxiety attack, thinking that my dad and my brother were going to murder me that night because I accidentally hurt my mom. It was fucked up. Why would they be pissed? I don't know, bro. Let's see. Nuke's top 5. I think they were just confused and like, they're like, why the fuck would you, I don't know, headbutt your mom? I don't think they understood what all was going on for a while. They probably just thought I just did it just to be an asshole, but I don't know why they would think that. Did they end up murdering you? Yes. My soul was transported into a doll. It is the most haunted doll known to the world. It is also known as the Annabelle. Let's see, we got 10 scariest ghost videos of the month. Looks kinda chill. 10 scary ghost videos, or are you a big baby? I'm not a baby! I'm not a baby! Are you guys a baby? If you're not a baby, you better prove it. You guys kind of sound like babies to me. You guys kind of sound a little babyish. I am babysitting you all like a mother hen. And you're ruffling my feathers. I had a flashback to... I don't remember why I was thinking about this, but... Has anyone ever babysitted people before? I used to do it all the time when I was in high school and college. And... one of the worst part of babysitting is when the parents will like show you around their like kitchen and open up the cabinets, everything's all labeled and stuff, and they're like, here's some snacks that you can get. You can take anything you want. You can have anything from here, just don't worry about it. I would feel so fucking awkward. I would just like, I would fast the entire time I was there because I felt way too fucking awkward to take anything, because I just imagined them like coming home and seeing some of the food missing and just thinking like, wow, she ate that, you know? You're like, oh god, I can't. I just pictured them picturing me taking the little snacks that they had prepared. Even though they said I could take it, I just pictured them picturing me eating it, just sitting there watching their kid eating, I don't know what they had, like the fucking smart popcorn or something. It's just sitting on their couch eating their food. Is just it's gonna give me an anxiety attack just thinking about it. Top 10 scary ghost videos that'll scar your brain. Sounds fun. Sounds like getting one of those cool little what's that called? Lobotomy? Yeah, they come and they check the cabinet and they're like, why did you take my favorite fucking candy bar? I didn't say you could have that. I think we could do the scariest ghost videos of the month. I feel like that might be a pretty good selection of videos, like actually scary. None of that bullshit where it's like just people standing in a room trying to talk to ghosts that aren't there and everything is green and nothing happens. Okay. Top 10
Hmm.
scariest ghost videos of the month. This is a little appetizer. Here, maybe I'll switch my screen a second. This is a little bit of a... What did you guys say? The tapas? It's like a tapas. It's like a little sampler of all kinds of little foods. I learned what tapas means. Now I know. Thank you for being a friend. I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you be brave, chat. I know we're about to watch something pretty spooky, pretty kooky and creepy. Creepy crawlies. All kinds of things that go bump in the night. But you know what? You need to be brave. You need to steel yourself. You need to find the courage within. Your strength. You need to clench every muscle in your body. Veins bulge out of your forehead. Just stare at the screen. Don't even blink. It's like exposure therapy. Are you guys good with scary stuff? Or are you guys scaredy little baby weenie hut juniors? Yeah, do it for the Emperor. My sphincter is clenched. Isn't it weird how the human body has all kinds of sphincters in it? Not even like the weird, gross butthole kind. But I think there's like sphincters in your little heart system. As long as I haven't eaten that day, I'm fine. Does scary stuff make you puke? Look out for that guy. I would not want to sit next to that guy during this. Okay, turn off your lights. I have my lights off and also all my blinds closed. It is as dark as it can get in here, but the sun is still up, so I'm gonna have to make do with that. You guys have to turn off your lights. Stare at your monitor. No regrets. Final destination. Are you ready? Mind freak! Mind freak! Are you ready? Quiz Angel. Don't get scared. Don't get scared, everybody.
Tunnel vision. This next video was sent in to popular Japanese ghost hunting team Clip Store.
Okay,
by a man
you
who
know
claims
it's
that
gonna
the
be
footage
good.
was recorded by his now deceased older brother.
What? I mean, that's not good. That's not good. Here, I'll small myself a little. Ah! A logo! An expertly designed green and purple logo. Guys, does the Nuke's Top 5 logo remind you of anything, or is it just me? Does anyone else get like a feeling that it's kind of oddly familiar when you look at it? Is it just me?
Tunnel vision. This next video was sent in to popular Japanese ghost hunting team Clip Store.
Oh
by
shit,
a man
I'm
who
sorry,
claims
he's
that
dead.
the footage was recorded by his now deceased older brother. The man says that his brother was a big fan of the paranormal and often spent his free time exploring.
I'm the Joker, and the two past versions of myself are chasing me through traffic right now. I'm the Joker being chased by two of his past selves.
Well-known ghost spots in Japan. So one day his brother decides to film an
Sorry, I had to
allegedly
burp.
haunted tunnel somewhere in Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. He has an encounter that is absolutely terrifying.
No. I already don't like this at all. Dark tunnel at night. Very decrepit looking. It's got kind of Dorito dust on it. Yeah, if it's in Japan, it's way scarier automatically. Japan's got like its own kind of ghosts. They got local ghosts. They got custom ghosts. What the fuck is that? Was that Cheddar?
you see it?
I did
After
see
the man
it.
hears a
Don't show
creepy,
it
unexplained
again.
voice coming from right behind him, he quickly
He
spins around to see
died.
an ominous dark figure standing
He
right in
died.
front of him. A shadowy shape.
It's a
that had
sewer,
not
there's
been
shit
there
everywhere.
a second.
It's a sewer. There's shit everywhere. So you think this is just a piece of shit?
Before, absolutely terrified, the man makes a run for it. But the story gets even weirder. Because a few weeks later, the man who recorded this video passed away in a freak
If Ethel pretended
accident.
he could not see
This
or hear
horrifying
you,
video
how
was
long would it
found
take
on the
before you
man's
believed
phone.
it?
It was
Oh,
the last
Jesus.
video that he recorded before his death.
I think he already does that.
So
I think
the
I already
Cookstore
might be
team
some kind
tracks
of
down
sixth sense ghost.
the location, but they don't really find anything unusual during their investigation.
Yeah, bro. I
So could
need
it be
video
that the
from
man
like
accidentally
Japan or
recorded
China or
real
wherever.
paranormal
That side of the world.
And could this have somehow led to him losing his life
They
in
got
such a
horror
tragic
on
way?
lock.
Let me know. The
Stupid ass
Viaduct
fucking
Tavern.
ghost.
Paranormal investigators Jeff, Phil, and Mark from the YouTube channel Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations recently investigated the notoriously haunted Viaduct Tavern in London.
Ghosts are real,
The
just do
viaduct
not
has been
disturb
around for
them and
hundreds
life
of
will
years
be
and was
peaceful.
built just a few yards away
I
from
wanna
the site
disturb
of the
them. I wanna make them
infamous old
mad.
Newgate prison, where thousands of criminals were executed. The tavern's third floor was once a brothel where a lady of the night named Kate tragically lost her life. With such a long and dark history, it's no wonder that over the years, landlords, workers, and even visitors have witnessed terrifying paranormal activity.
Where have I heard
Nevertheless,
of
the
this
tavern
place
has become
before?
a very popular local historical pub. The Ghost Tech team sets up several static cameras and
Oh
begin their
god.
investigation.
See what I mean? It's just gonna be fucking 10 minutes of dragged out like dudes walking around in a room and it's like blue and green and they're just like talking out loud with their little stupid radio thing going. Whoa, give us a sign. If there's a ghost in here, please give us a sign. And the radio crackles and it goes like wiener. Did you hear that? Holy fuck, it sounded like it said poop wiener. And then they play it back 5 times in slow motion and just nothing happens. It's so boring.
On the third floor, where most of the supernatural activity
It
has
touched
been
me.
witnessed. It
Something
doesn't
touched
take
me.
long
Something pulled
before
on
the
my
three
shirt.
Investigators start to hear very strange sounds coming from the floor right above their heads.
It's probably a raccoon.
Hello?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Hello? Hello there, governor.
I can hear you walking.
Do you think the ghost is getting
There was a few
embarrassed?
footsteps on the floor above us.
Look at here's the British guy and he's like,
Oh shit,
As I stand on
I
the
didn't know they
stairs
could
to the
hear
fourth
me.
floor, I hear footsteps above me on the floorboards. Here is the audio taken from static cam 5, which is located up on the 4th floor.
oh, it's walking. Why is it walking like that? Hello?
No, you can't hear me.
The
Stop.
creepy sound of someone walking can be heard on the 4th floor of the Viaduct Tavern.
Ooh.
The Ghost Tech team believes that they might be making
It's
contact
probably
with
just
the
an
spirit
animal.
of Kate, the lady of the night that tragically passed away there long ago. Jeff, Phil, and Mark head up to the 4th floor to do a spirit box session. And what happens next is downright creepy.
Ah!
If
I
I
hate
knew
when he says that.
your full name, I could look in the newspapers, the old newspapers, and find out what happened to the person that did that terrible thing to you.
Is he doxing the ghost?
That's all I need from you, is your surname. So if I hold this out,
What?
Guys.
Guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be cool? Something's in that room. It just went past the window and I've got it on film.
It's probably just an animal, right?
Something went across that window.
Kate,
While asking questions, Jeff captures a dark figure quickly moving in front of a window.
Fucking minging
not
over
once,
here.
but twice. Jeff immediately alerts
no, it
the
was
team
a
of what
ghost?
he's
Oh, okay.
captured, but they can't find any explanation for the bizarre encounter. And that isn't the only time the team captures
Okay.
something.
The thing is about these videos, the scariest ones are the ones that are fake. But there's like I should make like a chart for this, like one of those like uncanny valley kind of charts, line with a line on it going like woo, woo. The one end of the spectrum, it's like the fucking paranormal investigator people and fucking nothing happens, and it's like, oh, a shadow walked somewhere, or I heard the radio crackle and it sounded like it said, no, John, you are the demons or something. There's that end of the spectrum, and then there's the other end where it's like something that's obviously faked, and your suspension of disbelief is just it's just not gonna cut it. So it just feels kind of cheesy and lame. But then there's something like right in the middle, and a lot of the Japanese horror videos, like the Japanese horror YouTubers get this really well, is where like you know it's fake, but they sell it so well that it creeps you out enough, you know? You know? Yeah, it's all about that delicate balance.
Unexplainable that night. Back on the third floor, the three investigators begin to hear strange disembodied voices.
Oh no.
And then this happens.
What happened? What happened?
There you go.
I'm
That's
not
what
gonna
I'm
lie, I'm getting
feeling.
more scared by the British man and his dead eyes.
Kate, tell me your name, your full name.
My name Kate. Oh shit, there's like there.
We can find out. Find out what happened to you and whether the person that did it was caught and punished.
If I was a ghost, I'd be cringing so hard right now.
Jesus. Hey there! There was someone stood by me.
What? Huh?
Okay,
There was someone stood
All
right
you
by
did
me
was
then.
shake the camera a bit and go, what the fuck?
That is the clearest thing I've ever seen in my life.
okay, calm down.
But you didn't get it
Mark
on
literally jumps out
camera,
of his skin as he
okay.
sees someone standing right next to him. But when they
Okay.
look, there's no one there. However, when the ghost team reviews their recorded footage later, they realize that Mark actually did capture what he saw on camera.
Okay?
Now it can only be seen for a split second when slowing down the footage.
Oh,
but
God.
as Mark spins around,
Oh,
the
God.
unexplained face of someone can be seen standing
What?
right next to him.
That's not
So
a
could this
face.
be the ghost of Kate, the lady of the night who
looks like
tragically lost her life inside the tavern?
A goofy little goblin. Bro, it's got like a little thing coming out of its head, like a little pigman or something.
Or could it be the spirits of
Sorry, that
prisoners
was
who were
me.
executed where the tavern now stands?
Oh Jesus, I
decide.
don't know.
You can watch this entire investigation over on the YouTube channel, Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations.
These fucking British guys, man. Okay, hold on a second. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's bothering the fuck out of me. I have to fix this. How do I fix? How do I fix? Don't worry, I'll get it. Is it Alt or Control on OBS to like... Ooh, I think I got it. I'm yummy. I thought that said cilantro. I ate taco bowls last night and it was very good. I made them with rice, ground chicken, taco seasoning, black beans, Cholula hot sauce, lime crema sauce from Target, and I got a little cheeky and I put a couple Doritos in there off to the side and ate some of the taco bowl in a Dorito kind of fashion, a Dorito vehicle, if you will. I know you're jealous. I know you wish that you could have it too. Maybe someday you can try taco bowl. Okay, I'm gonna have to resize it that way.
Encanto.
I think I fucked up my
Idol
aspect
from the
ratio.
YouTube channel Ghost23 sets out to explore a remote waterfall in the middle of nowhere and surrounded by tall mountains. Idol has been told that the waterfall is haunted by an environmental spirit known as an Encanto. A mythical being that has the ability to appear in human form.
I've seen that
Idol is
movie.
completely alone as he makes the difficult climb up the waterfall with nothing but a camera. The sun is setting fast, and with very little daylight left, Idol captures something truly chilling.
Okay, this is pretty fucky. I am not good with like dark forest kind of stuff. Whoa!
Wow.
What? Is that a leaf?
Wow, sino ka po? Sino ka?
Huh?
Sino ka?
What? Is that a person?
Sino ka?
Bro, I think that's just a guy that felt awkward and then dipped. I don't think he just wanted to hang around and talk, so he just left. Yeah, I think that's just a guy. Yeah, he's probably like walking around here, enjoying the view, and was like, oh, there's a guy filming here, I wonder what he's doing, and then walked away because he felt too awkward. I know I would.
Sino ba kayo?
I wonder if I've ever made it into any one of these videos, people thinking I'm a creepy, spooky ghost. Just cause I'm like hunched over it, scurrying around
Sino yung nagpapakita
on my
dito?
bullshit. He had earbuds in, yeah. Yeah, he's probably just on a hike, listening to
A
some
mysterious
music.
figure appears to be watching Idol as he's exploring and recording footage of the waterfall.
Oh,
The person then just walks away, disappearing into thin air.
I won't make it to
Now,
thin
there is
air.
nowhere for this figure to have disappeared to, as there is a steep drop below and a tall, unclimbable cliff above.
Unclimbable?
Idol is baffled and confused by what he just saw and can't find anywhere that the mysterious being could have went. It's almost as if it walked right into the waterfalls surrounding the mountain. So
Maybe
could this
he
be
did.
the
Maybe
Encanto
that's his
that is
evil
said to
lair.
appear at the waterfall? Or something else? Tell me what you think.
Downright
cry for
chilling.
This next video is a bit of a mystery, as it was reposted to TikTok without a source or information.
Whoa!
The video shows CCTV footage of a young girl as she walks around her home. What happens next is like something from a nightmare.
Nightmare! Alright, okay. I see the door. Huh? Okay, maybe something else more creepy happens. Were the lights flashing? What the fuck? Wait, what? Oh, there's like a shadow. Are the sound effects necessary? Fucking Party City Halloween sound effects. Whoa.
Lights suddenly begin to flicker, startling the young girl as she rushes for the door. But the door won't open. As she slams on the doorway, crying out for help, an ominous dark shape can be seen slowly moving towards her. One dark edge reaching out, almost like an arm ready to grab her.
I think that's
That's
just a
when someone,
fart
presumably
cloud.
her brother, comes to her rescue and opens the door for her to escape. Now, without a source, we'll probably
What?
never know what happened here. So, I ask you, is it real? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
I think it's
the
real.
rails. Stephen Kerner is out on a drive through the countryside of Minnesota when he spots something very odd.
Oh. Okay, this seems good so far.
Oh boy.
What the fuck?
Well, that ain't good.
What the fuck is
Don't know
that?
who's running that, but I mean, yeah. Okay.
small empty train car with an empty caboose slowly moves along the track, even though no one is driving it. Stephen is a little confused by what he just witnessed, but he just shrugs it off and drives away. But after posting his bizarre encounter on TikTok, someone spots something that Stephen didn't see.
What did he not see? What did he not see in the thing?
I mean, yeah. Okay.
Please tell me I'm not the only one who saw that. This thing. Right here.
That's just...
What the f is that?
Viewers are freaked out when they see an odd pale figure seemingly hanging out of the back of the train. Many believe the tiny locomotive to be a ghost train.
A child.
Some believe that the train might be haunted by a spirit.
Wait, I want to see that in
And
motion.
others just think it's a very odd occurrence paired with pareidolia. But what do you think this is?
I think it's just, you can see like the white seats. It's just like the effect of viewing the white area of the seat through these like bar things that make it look like there's like an arm and like a face.
Let me know down in the comments.
And the video quality makes it kind of
rough
fucky.
ride. TikTok user Jose Castillo
People
and
do
his
see what
friends
they wanna
often mountain
see.
bike after work on some
You make
wooded
your own
trails
reality.
near the city of Oaxaca, Mexico. One evening after dark, Jose and his friends go out on a trail that they've taken many times before.
I think you were just a hater, Nyanners. That's clearly a spooky monster. I'm sorry, I'm being really ignorant. I'm sorry. I apologize. I need to stay in my lane.
But this time, things take
Drinking
a
on that
terrifying
haterade.
turn. Jose's GoPro camera is recording when something happens that still gives him chills to this day.
What? Why the fuck would you ride your bike like this at night in bumpy
see it?
terrain?
Someone or something appears out of nowhere and Jose barely manages to swerve around it.
That's a tree. Bro, this is a
Someone
fucking
or something
tree.
appears out of nowhere and Jose
That's a tree. Holy fuck.
barely manages to
It's literally a tree. You can see the bark and
Someone or
stuff on
something
it.
appears out of nowhere and Jose barely manages to
It doesn't even move. It's a fucking tree.
swerve around it. When slowed down and paused,
What's a
the
ghost
figure appears
tree?
to be cloaked, wearing a veil that's translucent enough that you can see what looks like a face. A very disturbing face.
No!
Many viewers
Okay,
of
that's
Jose's
scary.
TikTok believe that he captured the infamous weeping woman,
The
La
tree is
Llorona,
scary. I don't
a
like
vengeful
it.
spirit of Mexican lore that mourns the loss of her children.
La
But
Llorona.
what do you think this is?
A
Let me
tree.
know. Exploration gone wrong.
Okay, the
Two
face is
friends
scary. It
decide
gave
to
me a
explore an abandoned
goosebump.
industrial park at an undisclosed location in China.
Wait, I want to count how many goosebumps I get. Hold on. Let me find goosebumps. I have 2 goosebumps so far, I think. 1 goosebump from the spooky tunnel video, and then goosebump from the spooky tree face. How many goosebumps do you
The
have?
site has been abandoned for over 3 years, and most of the entrances have been locked shut to prevent intruders and squatters. But this doesn't stop the 2 explorers as they manage
Oh
to
yeah,
find
spookier font. You're right. You're so fucking right. Hold on, let me find a good one. Let's see. What would be a good spooky font? Something creepy and crawly? Ah, that's not spooky. That just looks fancy. That looks like a popular girl's handwriting. Bleh. It's hard to see. Creeper on Google Fonts? Creeper? Creeper. Oh man. Times New Roman, but the 7th letter is Comic Sans. At night, I used to ride my bike back home when I worked in a national park. Then we heard there were reports of big cats in the area. I'd imagine it Running up behind me in pure darkness, never hear it coming. That's fucking terrifying, bro. Yeah, they're predators, so they're really good at like stalking and ambushing completely undetected. Do you think that's a good font? Or does that look like a Pinterest mom's? Like something that would be on like a wedding invitation. Here's one called The Breakdown. No. Fuck, guys. Wasted? No. That looks so stupid and lame. Fuck. What is the font that looks like dripping blood? Wait, this one looks kind of spooky. Constancia? Do you think that's kind of spooky? I feel like that's a little spooky. That's on the spooky side. Wait, this one. You can't even read that. What the fuck does that even say? I feel like I'm looking at moon runes. I feel like I'm looking at hieroglyphics. Chiller? Okay, I found the spookiest font. Here we go. There's that spooky enough for you.
Okay. Okay. They start to explore the construction floor by floor.
Oh,
that's when they spot something
be so
absolutely
scary.
unnerving.
What's unnerving? Oh.
Number 15, I just shit my pants.
Me too, bro. Holy shit, what was that? Oh, that's totally fake, but that got me. That got me good.
Did you see it?
Uh-huh.
Someone appears to be sitting on a chair inside one of the empty offices. The cameraman
Bro
calls
was
out to
straight
his
up
friend
just
and they
chilling in
quickly
there.
turn back and check out the room.
What the?
But there's no one there.
Where did he go?
What the?
Ah.
So did they accidentally capture a paranormal event? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Unwanted guest. In this next creepy video, 2 police officers are alerted by an Airbnb homeowner who suspects someone has broken into her house.
Oh no.
How's it going?
Oh no.
What seems to be the problem?
I left for a while.
the stuff
I was
of
shopping.
nightmares.
When I came home, the door is open. I think somebody broke in.
The homeowner says the house should be empty, but is worried that an intruder might be inside.
No,
The
is
two
this
officers
real?
make
This
their
is
way
like
into the
body cam
house
footage.
as their body cameras record the entire incident.
Police! If anyone's here, make yourself known.
Oh no. Yeah, maybe
One of the officers is
someone's
checking
squatting.
out the downstairs bedroom.
Someone
and
working on their
this is when
squats.
things start to get weird.
I think they have to blur the gun for YouTube rules. Bro, is this real?
Anyone inside?
If I was a ghost, I would fuck with police so much. That would be so funny. They can't shoot me, I'm already dead.
A loud bang can be heard, and at the same time, strange interference comes through the radio. The officer now heads upstairs, and his body cam starts to experience strange video glitches. What happens next is downright chilling.
No, bro. Don't go up there. You fool. Okay, this is so fake.
Police! Anyone inside, make yourself known.
This would be a good idea for a horror game, just like first person POV, you're a police officer investigating like strange things that go bump in the night. Someone is making a body cam game? Really? Oh. Isn't that Resident Evil? I guess so, technically. Come out, I'm not scared of you. I'm a big police officer. It's in here. I can sense its presence. Ooh. Okay, I'm cracking jokes and being a little stinker right now watching this with you guys, but if I was watching this alone, I would be shitting myself right now. Holy fuck! It's so fake, but it's scary. I'm getting spooked. Man has his sensitivity on full. Yeah, I need to add a thing to the goosebump counter here.
Okay, clear.
Yeah. Damn, I want to see how this ends, but I have to take a dump.
Now,
watch it on the toilet, it'll come out faster.
With this house, 2 doors open on their own without explanation, and when the officer is about to go downstairs, the loud sound of charging footsteps or stomping can be heard right behind him.
Here comes a special boy.
No one there. This footage was later released as the officer claimed to have experienced paranormal activity while inside the house.
If I was a ghost, I wouldn't wear shoes, so my feet would make this slapping noise.
Is this Airbnb haunted? Let me know down in the comments.
Haunted Airbnb.
Intruder. A woman in Jamaica steps outside to retrieve something from her car, but she doesn't know that an absolutely chilling event is about to occur.
He said it's absolutely chilling. You know it's gonna be bad. Did you just shart? Yeah.
As the woman exits her house and walks towards her car, we can see some strange translucent shape charge out of the woods near her house and run right inside the front door.
That's just
whatever this is does not seem
glitch.
to be any kind of compression glitch.
What?
The woman in the video is perfectly clear, and also the figure approaches the light and still remains an odd, indistinguishable mist. But is it supernatural? And if not, just what
This is her fart
this?
cloud.
As always,
She was crop
I leave it
dusting.
up to you to decide. Jerry. After 3 years of living a happy, peaceful life in their apartment in the United Arab Emirates,
damn.
Zark, his wife,
Bro.
Zark, United Arab Emirates, and son suddenly, after three years full life, Emirates begin to experience terrifying and son, Emirates, and son, Zark, begin to experience. Zark, his wife, Jerry. After 3 years.
Bro, look at their wall. They got a bunch of Joker stickers on it. Look, they got the Heath Ledger Joker right here. Here's another Heath Ledger. Bringing company over to your apartment and showing them your Joker wall. With a few Spider-Mans in there for good measure.
Years of living a happy, peaceful life in their apartment in the United Arab Emirates,
Zark,
his wife, and son suddenly begin to experience terrifying, unexplained activity.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Let me just check.
I have a Joker wall. It's not that big though. Is that cheese on their door handle? Oh my god, someone is in the rage room right now. has lost many Overwatch matches in a row. Fuck, bro. They got the multiple camera angle kind of shit. You know it's about to get crazy. Ah.
Could you please drop?
Besides hearing knocking, banging, and scratching, the family has a truly bizarre scare when one day they inexplicably find maggots all over their apartment.
Ew! Ew, bro. Is that an Angry Bird shirt? Oh Jesus, that's quite the reaction to... She has a
Zark
phobia.
explains that he's a skeptic, but that he's become increasingly more alarmed by his son's unusual behavior. The young boy claims he sees someone named, quote, Jerry.
Jerry.
And that Jerry isn't always friendly. Zark and his wife don't believe the boy
Jerry
at first,
here
but
right
when
now?
one day he complains about Jerry again, they decide to check their CCTV camera and are shocked by what they find.
Yes.
Jerry. He's here. Jerry wants to play.
I can't see the book moving.
What?
Yeah.
Needless to say, Zark and his wife now believe that Jerry might be something real after all. And whatever this presence is, it seems to become increasingly more aggressive.
Oh God. Oh God.
पूरा सामान गिरा हुआ है. Yeah.
Objects around the house are moved and thrown, but nothing compares to what happens on another night while the family is fast asleep in bed. Zark is suddenly woken up by the unexplained sound of running water.
Do you think Jerry is in there?
It's 5 minutes early today.
Yeah, he's just relieving himself.
9, I'm right here. I don't know what Zark's problem is.
Yeah, chill out, Zark. Jerry's just, chillaxing. Oh my God. What the fuck? Did you see that? I swear I saw like a shape. Do you see that? Holy fuck. I think it's Jerry. Holy shit. Ah! Ah! Bro, I had to mute my mic and find that shit for like the past 2 minutes.
Okay.
Oh my God, he's running. What? Is he there?
Zark hears the sound of running
Why
water
are
and
toddlers
discovers
so
that both
creepy?
the faucet in the kitchen and the bathroom have mysteriously turned on by themselves.
There's no
Zark
ghost,
then
but
hears
the
loud banging
toddler's
and the
always
sound
like
of someone running. He then captures a strange small smoke-like
they do like weird shit with like imaginary friends and stuff, and they talk to themselves and point out things that aren't there. I think the toddlers are the ghosts. The ghosts aren't real, but toddlers are ghosts, if that makes sense.
figure moving right in front of him. Zark is freaked out by what he has just experienced, so he checks his CCTV footage to see if anything else was captured that night. When he rewinds his footage back to just before the running water woke him, he is shocked by what his CCTV captured.
What did it capture? Oh my god, the scooter is moving. I'm in the way. you guys are gonna have to believe me. Wait, he took down all the Joker stickers. Guys, I think I see the ghost. What the fuck? What the fuck? Do you see it? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Holy shit. Wow, is this real? He's turning on the faucet. What the fuck? What the fuck?
A tall, translucent figure can be seen walking right beside a scooter that seems to move across the floor. Zark is now convinced that his apartment is haunted by something that he can't explain. Could this presence be what his son calls Jerry? Let me know what you think. You can follow Zark's continuing paranormal story over on the YouTube channel, Zark Scary Haunting. Thanks so much for watching. I'm still trying to get that upload schedule back on track. So please hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Then there's Instagram, Twitter, and
there's Instagram.
Hopefully I'll see you back here next time for another visual behavior. The young boy claims he sees someone named, quote, Jerry. Only more alarm.
Where does he say Zark?
Jerry. United Arab Emirates. United Arab up to you. Begin to experience United Arab to this a happy United suddenly begin to experience terrifying activity. His son's apartment in the United his wife United Arab after 3 years of apartment in the United Arab Zark in a happy piece full life in their apartment. Unexplained activity.
His wife.
Front door, always. But when
the part where it like plays the footsteps, was it this part where it just sounds like someone doing a drum roll?
One day, only more alarm. But the young boy, bizarre.
This one.
Could you please drop?
What does he say?
Could you please drop?
Could you please drop? So it's like a cartoon character walking really fast.
Could you please drop?
Bro, you know what it sounds like? It's the fucking
banging and scratching.
It's the fucking Half-Life ragdoll sound. That's what it sounds like. I think they just put the fucking Half-Life ragdoll sound in there. Do you hear it?
Besides hearing
Okay, enough Nuke's top 5. That was a good appetizer, but I need something really fucking creepy. I think we should look into those, like, Mysterious disappearances unsolved? Bro. The most mysterious disappearances you've ever heard? 15 unsolved mysteries that cannot be explained? Whoa! Yeah, those are actually creepy as fuck. Hold on. Why do I have a... I forgot I googled the Piccolo picture and I hit like reopen close tab and it took me right there. It took me right back to that wonderful little Google search. Oh yeah, the unsolved mysteries. Bro, didn't they... Is the thing that's on Netflix like a reboot of Unsolved Mysteries? That show creeps me the fuck out. Oh man. Missing 411. 5 strangest disappearances in forests. Oh yeah, I remember Mr. Ballin. I think we watched a Mr. Ballin video. Fuck, I don't know. There's so many missing 411 videos. Top 3 spooky stories from people found alive. Missing people found alive. Whoa. Okay, let's watch this one. This one looks kind of creepy. Okay. This is top 3 spooky stories from missing people found alive.
Every year
by Mr. Ballin.
There are hundreds of people go missing under baffling conditions in the woods of North America. I'm talking about people being right in front of their friends or their loved ones, and then in an instant they're just gone, and they're never found again. Or they are found again, but they're found in places that are seemingly impossible to get to. One former police detective named David Politis has written a book series called Missing 411, where he investigates these incredibly strange cases. Today, we're going to look at 3 missing 411 cases that even amongst strange disappearances, these rank as particularly bizarre. But before we get into today's stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right channel because that's all we do. And
someone in chat said I want to pull on his chest hair.
So if that's of interest to you, please replace the like button's 2021 calendar with a 2020 calendar that has a 1 glued over the 0.
Why,
also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. All right, let's get into today's stories.
Mr. Ballin. This intro is really cool. I like the spooky music and the little Adobe After Effects effect. The Devil's Den?
On June 16th, 1946, 5 members of the Van Ulst family arrived at the Devil's Den State Park in western Arkansas to spend a week in a cabin they had rented. After getting unpacked, the father, along with his daughter, who was 8 years old, named Catherine, and her 2 older brothers, they headed down to the swimming area, which was this creek that led up to the side of a dam. Once they arrived at the creek, Catherine and her 2 brothers jumped in the water and started goofing around, and there were some other kids there they were playing with as well.
Wait, did we hear this story already? I don't remember.
Now, the swimming area had one really deep section that was right up against the dam wall that
Is this the one where the girl like disappeared under the water and they found her later?
The kids that were not strong swimmers tended to stay away from.
No, this is
and Catherine
new?
was not a great swimmer, and at one point she kind of drifted into the deep section, and her father didn't notice.
Yeah, this is the exact Mr. Ballin video that we watched like a year ago.
Her 2 brothers didn't notice, but a woman who was staying at the campground, who the Van Ulst family didn't know, happened to be standing next to the edge of the water and saw Catherine struggling, and so she reached in and pulled her out, and Catherine was fine, and the woman told her, you gotta be more careful, you shouldn't be swimming in the deep end if you're not a strong swimmer, and Catherine said, okay. And so as they're talking, Catherine's father hears them and looks over and sees his daughter talking to some stranger, and so he makes a sound and waves in their direction to get this woman's attention, to be like, hey, you know, what are you doing talking to my daughter? And the woman, she sees this, and she must have been a mother herself because she picked up on his uncomfortability. And so she turns to him and says, oh, no, everything is totally fine. I was just helping your daughter get out. Everything is totally fine. And so Catherine's father turns to his daughter and says, hey, you got to be more careful. Don't go in the deep end. And Catherine's like, okay. And instead of going back into the water, Catherine walks to the backside of the dam because this dam, it was not a steep
I remember the
drop-off on
story now.
outflow side.
Yeah.
It was like a gradual slope of these big boulders that the kids at this campground would climb all over, and their parents would watch them from their positions next.
Bro, how did they disappear? Just show up, LOL. Yeah, come on, man. Come on. Wait, hold on. I'll just find another video. This is part 21, so there's gotta be at least 20 other videos. Missing people found alive. I'll find one that we've never watched before. The disappearance of Stacy Ares. Here, let me just search Mr. Ballin's entire channel. He's got some kooky, creepy stuff. Strangest disappearance in forests? Top 3 people swallowed alive by the forest? 3 people found in impossible places? Ah, this is creeping me out. Impossible places people were found. Taken by forest creature. That sounds horrifying. It was standing in the middle of a lake. Lake creature found? 3 people saw something no one else could right before they vanished. Oh, that sounds fucked up. Let's watch this one.
The types of missing person cases that I think are particularly interesting are those where the person who goes missing is either in a crowded place, so very difficult to disappear, at least without people seeing you, or they are oddly in touch or actively engaged with people around them, when just like that, they're gone. And so today, I'm going to focus on 3 missing person cases that fit
Could
that
this happen to me?
But before we get into today's stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you come to the right channel, because that's all I do, and I upload 3 to 4 even.
I attended a forensic seminar at a college once, and they talked about a group of teenagers that went camping. A pair of them, a boy and a girl, went for a walk in the woods. They didn't come back for a few days until police found the boy. The girl was still missing, and they launched a search party for her. They found her half-eaten corpse a mile from their campsite. They did some tests on her and found out that the boy ate her! Did he eat her, like, for fun because he was a psycho, or because they were starving and she died, so he thought, like, oh, I might as well eat her so I don't starve, because he was in survival mode? Yeah, maybe he had the munchies. Maybe they got super high. And she turned into, like, he hallucinated her looking like a big chicken wing. He wanted to nibble on her. Just a prank. Yeah, he just felt a little silly. That's fucked up, bro. Oh, yeah, you're not you when you're hungry.
5 times every week. So if that's
Protein
something that might
is
interest
protein?
you, I would encourage
Should
you
I
to
be
take
worried?
the like button's computer mouse, turn it over, and tape over the sensor underneath, and then hide and laugh at the like button when their mouse doesn't work. Also, please subscribe to my channel and turn on all notifications.
The fucking sound effect on the subscribe button scared me.
Also, please subscribe to my channel and turn on all notifications.
Oh,
so you
I
don't miss
felt like
any of
someone
my
came up
weekly
behind me and blew into my
Let's
ear.
get into today's stories.
Did that get you guys? Am I just a pussy? Man, this video is scary as fuck so far. He hasn't even talked about the actual shit.
In 2008, Brandon Swanson was a 19-year-old college student enrolled in a community
Most courageous
college in a
VTuber.
little
You're
town
right.
in Minnesota called Canby.
I'm a
The
soldier.
town had a population of less than 1,000 people. He lived in Marshall, Minnesota, which was about 30 minutes away and was only slightly larger than Canby. Brandon was in his sophomore year at the community college and planned at the end of the year to transfer to a much larger 4-year university where he would complete his degree. On the last day of classes that year, on May 13th, Brandon and some of his friends decided to go out and celebrate, because not only did they now have this nice vacation, but for Brandon it was a big deal. He was getting ready to transfer to that larger school. So that night, Brandon met up with his friends kind of near where they went to school. There was a couple different backyard barbecue type college parties going on, and Brandon was having a good time with his friends, and at some point a little after midnight he decided he was just ready to go home. He was tired. Instead of taking the preferred route, which would have been Highway 68 back to his home in Marshall, Minnesota, he decided to take some back roads. Later, when police were interviewing some of the people that were at those two backyard parties that Brandon had attended, they asked how much was Brandon drinking. And they all said that Brandon wasn't really drinking at all. We saw him with one beer that he wasn't really drinking, and it seemed like he really was just tired, he wasn't looking to party, and he left and seemed very sober. As Brandon is taking these back roads back to his home in Marshall, Minnesota, he ends up getting into a minor accident, but his car gets stuck in the ditch. So he can't get his car out of the ditch. He's totally stranded. The first thing he does is he calls his friends that were at the parties with him, but no one's picking up their phone. So at some point, you know, he's probably pretty embarrassed. He ends up calling his parents and says, "Hey, I'm totally fine, but I'm letting you know I got into an accident. I'm near Lind, Minnesota. Here's the directions of how to get here. I need you guys to come out here and help me get out of the ditch." And so Brandon's parents say, "Okay, you know, we'll come out and meet you." They use Brandon's directions to get out to this area right near Lind, Minnesota, which was only about 10 minutes away from Marshall, Minnesota, where they lived. They make their way over to the spot, and Brandon's father calls Brandon and says, "Hey, we're here. I'm gonna start flashing my lights as I drive down this road."
Brandon, we definitely drink. Is that when you're feeling more like a dark Brandon?
I don't see you, but I'm looking for you.
A little dark sided.
Really specific directions to where he was, and while they stay on the phone with each other, Brandon's father would flash his lights repeatedly and drive all around the area that had been described as where Brandon was. When Brandon keeps saying that he can't see their car, he doesn't see their lights, he begins to describe again how to get to where he is, and he's telling his parents, "Did you turn on this road? Did you come down this way? Are you near Lind, Minnesota? Are you sure you're where you need to be?" And his parents would respond, "Are you sure you're giving the right directions? Because we're here. We're flashing our lights and you don't see us." At this point, Brandon gets in his car and he starts doing the same thing, flashing his lights. Granted, he can't move his car, so it's only one direction, but he's flashing his lights and he's telling his parents, "Do you see me? I'm flashing my lights." And they both were unable to see each other. Both parties being very frustrated with each other, Brandon just says to his father, "Listen, I'm gonna just walk to Lind. I can see the lights right there. I have a friend in Lind that can probably help me get my car out of here. I'm just gonna walk over there. It's probably like a 30-minute walk to Lind. I'm gonna walk towards the lights." Later, when police interviewed Brandon's father would say, it did not seem like Brandon was drunk. It didn't seem like he was confused. He seemed totally lucid and very easy to talk to. We were having a very normal conversation. Brandon's father stays on the phone with Brandon, and for 47 minutes, Brandon walks down this gravel road away from his car on the phone with his father. His father's just waiting for him to get to Lynn so he can, you know, breathe a sigh of relief, make sure his son's okay. And as he's walking towards these lights that Brandon believes is the town of Lind, Brandon all of a sudden goes, "Oh shit!" And then the phone cuts out. Brandon's father says, "What just happened?" Tries calling him back, no answer. Brandon's father and his mother start driving all over the place, yelling out their window for Brandon, and they can't find him. They end up calling the police, who use Brandon's phone records to generally figure out where he had been when he was on the phone with Brandon's father. And it turns out he was nowhere near Lind. He was 25 miles away in a town called Taunton. So this huge search is launched for Brandon, and there's no sign of him. They never get in touch with him on the phone. Oh my god, imagine being his mom and dad. They never find anything to do with Brandon. He just disappeared after seeing something on the road after walking towards some set of lights that he thought was Lind, but it wasn't. It was Taunton. But was he really walking towards town, or what was it? What were the lights he was walking towards? To this day, Brandon's family leaves their front porch light on in hopes that someday Brandon will just show up again.
Ronald...
In 1953, Ronald Tommen was a sophomore at Miami University in Ohio. He was a business major, and he was living in a dorm room inside of Fish.
They never found him. Holy shit. Bro, that's scary and tragic. Jesus. The thing about them flashing the lights. What do you think happened? Do you think he got attacked by like a wild animal or something? It could have been like a bear or something. Because he was out in the woods. Aliens? No. God, that's so fucked, man. Imagine being that mom and dad and like the last thing you hear of your son is just him going, "Oh shit," before the phone cuts out and you'll never see him again. Jesus.
Fisher Hall. Fisher Hall was a converted insane asylum, and all the students there
Yeah, it could have been a
believed
mountain
that
lion or
Fisher Hall
something.
was a haunted dorm. It was one of those places where you tried to stay away from if you could. On April 19th of that year, Ron was in his dorm room inside of Fisher Hall. It was very snowy outside. He was listening to the radio and reading a book. At 8 p.m., he must have thought about getting into bed, and when he did, he pulled back the sheets and found that someone had left a dead fish in his bed. And so at 8 p.m., there was...
Can we take a minute to appreciate this expert level Photoshop? That's a huge fucking fish. Is that a tuna?
an official request from Ron to get new sheets sent up to his room. At about 8:30 p.m., we don't know what it was, but something
the Atlantis
Ronald
Mafia
enough to where he ran out into the hall. We don't know what it was. People think it was a disturbing
Wait,
sound.
if there were mafias in Atlantis, how do you think they, like, you know, made people disappear? People that went against them, because they couldn't really do the thing where they put the cinder blocks on their feet and drown them, right? Maybe they tried at first, and then the guy was just standing there like, now, this is awkward.
Sound or someone yelling for help, we don't
They
know.
put balloons. Yeah, they tied balloon shoes to them. Little water wings. That's how they do it in Atlanta. Okay, I'm rewinding.
There was an official request from Ron to get new sheets sent up to his room. At about 8:30 p.m., we
You're
don't know
sleeping
what
with
it
the
was, but
birds.
something disturbed.
You're gonna fly with the birds, see? Now, are you gonna talk, or I'm gonna have to make you talk? There's a nest up there and a tree on the surface. They're never gonna find your body.
So
Okay,
at 8
okay,
p.m.,
okay.
there was an official request from Ron to get new sheets sent up to his room. At about 8:30 p.m., we don't know what it was, but something disturbed Ronald enough to where he ran out into the hall. We don't know what it
Jesus.
was. People think it was a disturbing sound or someone yelling for help. We don't know. It's totally speculation, but something alerted him so quickly that he dropped everything he was doing. He left the radio on, lights on, book open, all of his ID cards, his wallet, everything, his shoes, everything stayed in his room, and he ran out into the hall. When his roommate came back at 10 p.m., the door to their room was open, and he saw that all of Ronald's things were just laying out. The lights were on, but there was no sign of Ron. Okay, maybe he left and went to his frat house because Ron was a part of a frat. But the next day, when he couldn't get in touch with Ron, he ended up telling authorities that his roommate had been missing since the night before. When police began investigating, they saw that he had been studying a psychology textbook before he ran out into the hall. And he had actually dropped the only psychology course he was taking 3 weeks earlier. His car was still parked right outside the dorm. There was
Maybe
still
he
a couple
w-
$100
I don't know, maybe
inside
he
of his
got
bank
curious
account.
about
And
it.
because he had not taken anything from his room, people believe he basically left in a t-shirt and shorts with no money, no shoes, no anything. A woman living 12 miles away from the campus would later report that the same night he went missing, a man looking like Ronald Tommen, matched his description exactly, showed up at her door. And she opened the door and she said he was visibly frightened. He kept looking around like something was after him, but he seemed very upset. He was totally disheveled.
Maybe it was
He
an
didn't have a jacket on,
ex-girlfriend.
He didn't have shoes on. There was no car outside of her house. So this kind of crazy looking guy comes up to the door and he says, "You got to tell me where the bus stop is. I got to get out of here. Where's the bus stop?" And she pointed down the road. He immediately turned and he ran away. And that was the last anybody saw of him. 5 months before Ron ran out of his dorm room to investigate some sound in the hall, or whatever it was in the hall, he had gone to a coroner's office to ask to have his blood typed. And the coroner said in 35 years, he's never had someone come to him and ask him to do a blood type for them. Ronald could have just gone to a local physician on campus to do that for him. So it seems strange that he would have
Why
gone
did
to
he
a
need that?
coroner, of all people, to get his
From
blood
a
type.
coroner?
Tommen's parents said they spoke to him a week before he went missing, and they said there was nothing unusual about him. He seemed like he was happy, well-adjusted. He had no clear stress in his life. It just
Maybe it
didn't
was,
add up.
yeah, like a
To
mental
this day,
health thing.
No one knows where he is, and no one knows what he heard in the hall that made him run out and then ultimately vanish.
What? That's all? What do you
In
think
2006
happened? I feel like, did he... Psychosis? Yeah, probably. Yeah, it sounds like he had a bit of a memento. That's sad.
Brian Shaffer was a 27-year-old medical student at Ohio State University. He had just lost his mother to a battle with cancer. He was feeling very down, and so his roommate, Clint, decided it would be a good idea on April 1st, which was the end of their classes. There was a little bit of a break coming up, that they should go out and just take his mind off of what he was dealing with and go out to a bar and have a good time. Brian agrees, and so on April 1st, the two of them make their way to the Ugly Tuna Bar, which was located in downtown Columbus, Ohio. Just before 10 p.m. that night, Brian stepped away from the Ugly Tuna to make a phone call to his girlfriend. Her name was Alexis, and she was also a medical student at Ohio State. On the call, there were some niceties exchanged. He said he loved her, and that would be the last time she ever heard his voice. After Brian came back into the bar, Brian and Clint decide they want to leave the Ugly Tuna and do a little bit of bar hopping. So they go to a couple different bars right outside and eventually meet up with one of Clint's friends named Meredith. The three of them continued bar hopping until Brian and Clint decided they wanted to go back to the Ugly Tuna. Meredith offered to drive. So they drive back to the Ugly Tuna, and at about 1:15 in the morning, security cameras right outside the Ugly Tuna pick up the trio walking into the bar. At about 2 a.m., that same camera picks up Brian Shaffer stepping out of the bar and speaking to two college-aged females before at some point saying goodbye to them and walking back into the bar.
He used to work right next to it?
At some point between 1:15 when the trio arrived and 2 a.m. when Brian is seen alone outside with those two other girls, Brian and Clint and Meredith got separated. Clint and Meredith tried calling him, they tried yelling for him, they couldn't find him. They
Tuna, drink every time he says Ugly Tuna challenge.
He only lived 6 blocks
I
away,
want tuna.
and if he
I
wanted
want
to, he
spicy
could walk
tuna
home.
sushi.
So they don't think much of it, and they ultimately leave the bar to head home themselves. The following day, Brian's girlfriend, Alexis, tried giving Brian a call, but it went straight to voicemail. She
Where
figured
the
he could
fuck
be
did he
sleeping off
go?
the hangover, so she didn't think much of it. But as she called him all day long and never got through, she started to become worried and asked Brian's father, Randy, if he could swing by Brian's apartment and just check in on him. When Randy arrived, Brian was not there, but his car was there, and his apartment looked untouched. The bed was still made. There wasn't any signs of Brian having been there recently. At this point, Randy communicates with the police, who immediately launch a huge search for Brian. And the police, they review the footage from the Ugly Tuna, and it shows Brian along with Clint and Meredith making their way into the Ugly Tuna at 1:15 in the morning. Then it shows Brian leaving at 2 a.m. to speak to those two college girls that were outside the bar, but then he
kidnapped
goes back
him
into the Ugly Tuna. There is no video footage after that of Brian ever leaving the Ugly Tuna. There was one other exit from the Ugly Tuna that was not covered by a camera. However, it was under very heavy construction and in no way appeared to be a regular exit. It was completely blocked by construction materials, and there was no sign that Brian had ever even gone near that exit from all of the other cameras.
So he
inside.
couldn't have, like,
Police went to
squeezed
surrounding
in there.
buildings that had cameras pointed in any way near the Ugly Tuna to try to pick up some sign of Brian leaving the bar after 2 a.m., but there weren't any. It was like he went into the bar and never left. And they searched the Ugly Tuna. They looked everywhere. He was not there. To this day, no one has any idea what happened to Brian. Is he still inside the bar? And if he left the bar, how are there no cameras anywhere that are able to pick that up? There was lots of cameras looking at the bar.
Maybe
and
there was a
outside
blind
the bar.
spot on one of the
How did
cameras that he made it into. I don't know.
Brian's in the Ugly Tuna's Tuesday special.
Oh God, no!
Swanson, Ronald Tommen, or Brian Shaffer.
put him
but
into
that
the
doesn't mean we
food?
can't speculate. So I'd love to hear what you think happened in each of these 3 cases. I'll do my best to respond to as many comments as I possibly can. If you enjoyed this
Jesus.
video and you want to see more videos like this one, I would encourage you, if you haven't already, to steal the like button's computer mouse, turn it over.
I was thinking like maybe he left out the bag where you're not supposed to go and like fell or
He
something.
became tuna.
That he turned into the Ugly Tuna. Fuck. But wouldn't they have searched the construction area? I feel like they would have searched that. Oh man. How the fuck does that happen? Where did he go? How do they not have any video footage of him leaving? What the fuck? Well, that was the end of that video. I want to watch another one of these. These are good as fuck. Scariest true stories? Oh. I want to see more like people going missing videos. Especially the ones where they are found again. Hundreds of people go missing every year under baffling circumstances inside national parks and forests. Ooh, that sounds interesting. The one where they get swallowed by the forest. Holy shit. Yeah, he's got a lot. Impossible places people were found? Oh, Jesus. Horrific accident caught on live TV? No fucking way, I'm not watching that one. No. Scariest stalkers in the wild? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. A secret note found on an abandoned ship? Paranormal event with proof? He should never have left his cabin? Top 3 unsolvable mysteries? That sounds interesting. Interesting. Wait, do you want to watch top 3 unsolvable mysteries or top 3 people swallowed alive by the forest? If you want to see something scary, look behind you. Don't say that! Don't! I'm getting a little bit of a chill up my spine. Forest? Okay, let's do forest. This one looks scary as fuck.
Every year, hundreds of people go missing under baffling conditions.
Okay, I got another goosebump. I'll update
I'm talking about people who are right in front of someone and then in an instant, they're just gone. Or in other cases,
look up Mario Lara possession, please.
But they're located
like
in
Mario
places that are
64 with Laura
One
Croft?
former police detective named David
I don't know if I
has
can look that up on
investigated
stream, bro. That sounds like something you can't really show on stream. Mario X Laura Croft?
Forward by the forest. The forest.
Even amongst strange disappearances, these rank as
The forest.
particularly bizarre. But before we get into today's stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in stories,
I like dark and mysterious things.
Because that's all we do, and we upload
I like
3, 4,
spooky
even
cookie
5
things.
times every week. So if that's of interest to you, please gift the like button a free stay at a Motel
I have
6,
seen the
but
Eliza
call ahead
Lamb
of time
video.
to
That
ensure that
freaks me the
staff
fuck out,
does
and it's
not
really
leave the light on
sad.
for them. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. All right, let's get into today's stories.
I think about that every time I'm in an elevator. I always think about, like, if I ever go missing for whatever reason, they're gonna find, like, video footage of me just walking down the street or, like, in my apartment and just see me doing weird shit by myself and being like, how can I explain this strange behavior? What are these strange movements she's making? She's doing weird things with her arms and legs and talking to herself and making funny voices. Was she perhaps possessed by an evil spirit?
Is a port city that's about 60 miles south of Anchorage.
It was just me sitting at my computer going, "It's me, Mario!"
Now, this race
9. Have you seen Sniper Eye Patch Wolf's video about Garfield?
Oh, you
It
mean
legit
Super Eye
feels
Patch
like
Wolf.
watching a horror movie.
I have seen that one. I watched it last year.
But it's considered one of the most challenging short
That
races
video's
in
a
the
fever
world
dream.
because it's basically 1.5 miles straight up a mountain and then 1.5 miles straight back down again. Despite its grueling nature, there had never been a fatality or a disappearance during the running of this race, but that changed in 2012. 66-year-old Alaskan resident Paul LeMaitre was a career counselor on a military base in Anchorage. His job was to help outgoing military members adjust to civilian
Why did they
life,
use the
and his primary
creepiest pictures?
responsibility was helping them with their resume. Outside of work, Paul liked to keep himself in top physical shape,
No
and one of
offense.
his favorite activities was going for runs. And so in 2012, he finally committed to running the Mount Marathon race, something he had wanted to do for some time, but he kept putting it off. In the months leading up to the race,
No,
Paul
I'm not talking
trained
about
hard
his
to make
looks.
sure
I'm
he was
talking about
ready.
like the
He wasn't
quality of
trying
the
to win
picture.
the race or really even be competitive. He just wanted to finish the race in a respectable time. So at 3 p.m. on July 4th, 2012, Paul found himself at the start of the Mount Marathon race, and his family was on the sidewalk cheering him on. The race director fired the starting gun, and Paul, along with 500 other racers, took off. For reference, a man of Paul's age and physical fitness level should be able to complete this race in about 2 hours or less. But at 5 p.m., when virtually all the other runners had finished the race and Paul was nowhere to be found, his family members were concerned, but they knew he wasn't trying to win the race. They knew he was probably going to be on the slower end, but they were now starting to pay attention and were anxious for him to show up. 45 minutes later, a race timing crew up at the top of the mountain at the turnaround point began breaking down their setup. About 15 minutes later, when they were done, they started walking down the mountain right as Paul showed up at the top.
God.
And they said to him, "You are the last racer on this course. Do you still want to continue?" And he said, "Yes, I definitely still want to continue." And so the timing crew said, "That's fine. Just take your time, be careful, and we'll see you at the bottom." And so the timing crew, they take off right in front of Paul, going straight down this well-marked course, and they would turn around and see Paul standing there, catching his breath, getting ready to make his own descent. And so the timing crew, who was moving much faster than Paul, very quickly got out of sight of him. And so before long, they were at the bottom, they turned around, and there's no sign of Paul. So they went and found Paul's family and said, "Hey, we just spoke to him. He seems totally fine, but just so you know, if you don't see him in 90 minutes, I would contact the race officials and let them know, because he should be down by then." And so Paul's family sat at the bottom of this race, looking up, expecting to see him any moment.
Watching this while taking a nice bump is nice.
He never showed up.
That sounds
They wound
nice.
up waiting another 30 minutes just in case, but again, he didn't show up, and so they informed race officials. The race officials immediately contacted the Alaskan State Troopers, and a search was launched for him, because now fog's rolling in, this is a dangerous course, and it's starting to get pretty late.
Going
All night,
missing in the
hundreds
forest would be
expert
one of the
Alaskan
worst
searchers
things
combed this
ever.
mountain, both on the course, outside the course. They even went on the backside of Mount Marathon, where it would have been extremely difficult for Paul to have gotten there. He would have had to climb up and over the mountain, which is just extremely unlikely, but they figured we can't leave any stone unturned. And so all night they're looking, they got dogs out, and there's no sign of him. The next morning, when the fog cleared up, they brought in helicopters with thermal cameras, and they continued to search the mountain. But after 4 more days, they never found Paul or any of his belongings, and so they called off the search. It was like Paul had just vanished. Now, it's easy to jump to the conclusion that Paul must have just gotten disoriented and lost the course track, and then maybe he fell, or he was attacked by an animal like a bear, because this is Alaska.
Oh God, that's the
But there's a
creepiest
couple
picture of a
problems
bear
with that.
ever.
The first one is the course itself is extremely well marked. This race is one of the oldest in America. They've been doing this for over 100 years, and they've never had a missing person or a fatality. So they know how to keep people safely inside of the course.
Even when it's well
The other
marked,
issue is the timing crew
it's
saw
pretty
Paul
easy
at
to
the
get
top at
lost
the turnaround, and
in
he
a
was
situation
physically
like
okay. He was
that.
talking to them. He was not distressed. And he would have very clearly seen where to go next, because he would have seen the timing crew leaving ahead of him, going down the trail that he would have to follow. Clearly, something unusual
Maybe he had to
happened
go
Paul,
take a
either at the
doo-doo
summit
or take
after
a
the timing
leak.
crew left, or on the way down, because rational explanations cannot account for
And
how
just
Paul
wandered
could
off.
vanish so completely in such a controlled environment with so many expert searchers looking for him. But to this day, no one has ever found Paul, or even the slightest trace that he was ever on that mountain.
Oh my God, that fuck whoever edited this fucking video. God damn it, one suck.
In late August of 2004, Kevin Bardsley
I got
and his
jump
12-year-old
scared
son
by the
Garrett
music.
went on a father-son Boy Scout camping trip in the Uinta Mountains in northern Utah. Their campsite was situated next to Lake Quiberon inside of the Wasatch National Forest. The lake was actually pretty remote and difficult to access because it was almost completely surrounded by huge mountains. The only side you could get to the lake on was its western
Man,
side,
I love
but the
camping,
western
but
trail
I
leading
hate
to it was very
forests.
cumbersome because you had to bypass 7 different lakes.
I
And so by
hate
the time
dark
Kevin,
forests,
Garrett, and the
especially
rest of the Boy
forests that are
Scouts and their
dark even
fathers
during the
were at lake,
daytime.
they were
That's
at
the
least an
creepiest
hour's
shit.
hike away from the nearest civilization. Early in the morning on August 20th, Kevin and Garrett woke up, they hopped out of their tents. None of the other campers had woken up yet, and so they decided they would head down to the lake to get some early fishing in. And so they got their gear.
You were the first VTuber I've ever discovered in 2021. I subbed and wanted to say a really wholesome message, but anyway, thanks for making my life less depressed. Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. I feel like I got like a beam of courage directly into my brain from that message. I feel less scared now. I could feel the fear creeping up on me, creeping up my spine, and I was starting to get a little spooked out.
And they began walking down the very well-defined
There's a forest in Pasadena that's haunted.
The lake. As they get there, the sun's coming up over the mountains, and they're really excited about their day of fishing. And so as Kevin is preparing a fishing rod for Garrett, Garrett was jumping around on different stones that were poking.
Yeah, I got a -1 goosebump for that. It was like a shot of courage.
Out of the water, and at some point he tripped and he fell into the water, soaking his shoes and his pants. And so he hopped out of the water and he's kind of laughing at himself, and he told his dad that he didn't care, he'd fish with wet feet and wet pants and he would change them later. And so Kevin laughed and handed his son his fishing rod, and then the two of them began to fish. After a while, when they hadn't caught anything, Garrett said to his dad that, you know what, Dad, this is actually pretty uncomfortable, I'm gonna go change my pants and my socks. And so Kevin said, no problem, I'll be here with our gear, I'll see you when you get back. And so Garrett stands up and he starts walking back up the well-defined 150-meter trail back up towards the campsite, and Kevin actually turned around and watched his son disappear into the trees, but he heard the sound of other campers at the campsite, and so knew his son wouldn't be alone. For the next couple of minutes, Kevin kept fishing, but periodically would look over his shoulder, expecting to see Garrett come out of the woods again, but he didn't. And after about 20 minutes, Kevin was a little bit concerned, so he picked up his fishing gear and began walking back up the trail towards the camp. When he got there, he saw other Boy Scouts and their fathers just getting up and having a bite to eat, and he's scanning around the campsite and he doesn't see Garrett, and so he goes over to Garrett's tent and he opens it up,
Literally
and
a
Garrett's
parent's
not in there,
worst
and there's no
fear.
sign that he's removed any of his wet clothing in there. And so Kevin turns around and he asks one of the fathers, hey, have you seen Garrett? He was supposed to be up here a minute ago. And the father said, no, I haven't seen him. And so Kevin started to panic and he yells out to the group, hey, has anyone seen my son? Do you guys know where Garrett went? He was supposed to be up here. And no one knew where he was. They said, no, we haven't seen him. And so horrified, Kevin drops all of his gear and starts running back towards the lake, screaming for his son, and the other campers instinctively know what's going on, and so they chase after him, yelling for Garrett. Almost immediately, the sheriff's department was notified, and they launched this huge search that included the FBI, and so hundreds of people have descended into the area around the lake, and they're looking for Garrett. They can't find him.
And that's the thing,
but later
though,
that
there's just so
afternoon,
much
searchers were
ground
about a
cover.
half mile away from where Garrett was last seen, and they found a single Nike sock that appeared to have been removed from a wet foot wedged into one of the boulders in this huge boulder field. Garrett's mother would confirm that was Garrett's sock, and so the search effort was shifted to this big boulder field, and for days they looked all over the place for him, but there was no sign of Garrett anywhere, and so eventually the search was terminated. The authorities determined this was an accident, that Garrett's father and the other campers had nothing to do with Garrett's disappearance. What their theory was is Garrett must have gotten lost on the walk back to the camp and then ultimately died of exposure. But the idea that a boy of Garrett's age would get lost along a well-defined 150-meter long trail that he was familiar with, that he had been on.
I'm like in my late 20s. I could get lost on a well-defined, well-marked path.
Not a happy
You've seen me play video games. I would have like... Bro, if you left me to my own devices in a forest with like signs that literally like big red arrows saying go here, go this way, I would end up dead within 10 minutes.
That day? That seems a little far-fetched. Also, as Garrett was walking down that trail, he would have heard the sounds of the other campers in the campsite. So that would have helped him figure out exactly where he needed to go. He's on a well-marked trail. He's walking towards the sound of the voices.
He was a Boy Scout. I was a Girl Scout.
Because
I was in the Girl Scouts for many years of my life. I did the whole song and dance, the selling the cookies, getting the little badges and stuff. I got a ton of badges. I was in the Girl Scouts for a big chunk of my childhood. I know how to do all the cool camping stuff, I think.
There was no sign
I
that he
sold
put
the
his
cookies.
wet clothes in his tent. So something happened to Garrett almost immediately when he left his father that caused him to wind up a half mile away in a boulder field with one sock missing. It screams abduction case. But remember, this campsite was over an hour's hike away from the nearest civilization, and they know this group of Boy Scouts and their fathers were the only ones in the area that day. It is possible that an animal could have taken Garrett, like a mountain lion, but there would have been signs of a struggle, and they didn't find any on the trail or anywhere nearby, and you would figure if he was getting dragged off by a big predator, he would have yelled out for help. But he didn't. He just left his dad, it was total silence, and then he vanished. And all we have is his one sock.
I hate these sound effects. Fuck you.
In 1950, when Rosemary was 21 years old, she married the love of her life, Charles Bud Kunst, and they moved into a house together in San Anselmo, California.
No.
Together, they had 6 children and 11 grandchildren. They were known as a very active couple, that when they were not with their family and their grandkids, they were out on a hiking trail somewhere enjoying the outdoors. In 1998, Rosemary's life was derailed when she and her husband were in a horrific car accident. When she came to in the hospital, she was very badly injured, and she was told that her husband of nearly 50 years had not not survived.
No.
Rosemary was devastated. She was lost without Bud.
Bro,
But
that'd
for the
be it for me. Bro, if I was married for 50 years and I lost my spouse like that, I'd just be like, alright, peace out, see ya. If I was like in the hospital bed at that moment, I would just be like, alright, unplug me right now. I'm done.
Several months, she poured her energy
Fuck
into
this.
her rehab, which took up a lot of her time, and it kept her mind off of this terrible loss. But when she got back to strength and returned home, a wave of grief washed over her, and she began to desperately miss Bud. In 2000, when Rose turned 70,
this is just
she heard about a
sad.
backpacking trip that was being led by a group called the Earth Circle Organization, and it sounded like the perfect way for
She's
Rose to
old
attempt
and sad.
to reconnect
She's
with her
gonna
late husband. The
get
group was
lost
led
and
by
go
an elder
missing.
and chief of the Carrick tribe. His name was Charlie Red Hawk Tom, and every year he would bring this group out to Spirit Lake.
Context,
which
that
is
sentence sounds like something like Trump would say during a debate of awesome. You're old, you're sad, you're gonna get lost and go missing.
Out of a wilderness area near Mount Shasta in California, and there they would go to the altar that Red Hawk had built right on the edge of this lake, and they would perform spirit dances and attempt to communicate
You're a
with
waste.
their dead loved ones.
You're a big
Rose
mess.
wasn't going into this thinking she was literally going to be speaking to Bud. She wanted to just find a way to connect with him spiritually, so she was very excited about this trip. The lake itself sits at the base of a heavily forested bowl with high steep walls all around it. In fact, some people say it reminds them of being inside of a mini volcano. And because of those
I'm young,
high steep
I'm happy,
walls, there's
I
actually
know
only
exactly
one way
where I
in
am.
or out to the lake, and that's on the north side. The only other semi-feasible way to get in or out of the lake would be on the south side, where a river flows down into the lake. And where that river flows, the embankment is less steep, although it's still a 70-degree angle and would require climbing gear, and the terrain would be completely slick from the water running over it. So you could do it, but realistically, nobody does that. So on August 17th, Rosemary, along with Red Hawk, Red Hawk's 12-year-old son, a cook, and 11 other people, set out for Spirit Lake. After a rigorous 12-mile horseback ride, they finally arrived at Spirit Lake, and they established their camp right on the
12
trail that
miles?
leads in and out. That night, all the participants had dinner together, and then they made their way over to the altar
I
right next
lost
to the
my
lake where
right
Red
eye,
Hawk was,
donkey
and he
shrapnel.
performed a spirit dance, and then afterwards, as a group, they attempted to call out to their dead loved ones. The following morning at 9 a.m., once everyone was up, Red Hawk informed the group that they were going to take a day trip to another lake, and they'd be back that evening. Rose told Red Hawk that she'd actually prefer to just stay at their campsite and enjoy the beauty of the lake, and Red Hawk told her that was just fine. So Red Hawk and the main group left, leaving behind Rosemary, as well as Red Hawk's 12-year-old son named Chalet, and the cook. A little while later, at 1 p.m., Rose decided she wanted to take a little hike around the side of the lake, and so she asked Chalet if he wanted to join her. He said, "Thank you for the offer, but I'm going to stay here with the cook." And so Rosemary said, "That's totally fine. I don't mind going by myself." And so she asked the cook for some food. He handed her a bagged lunch. She took it, said thank you, and then set off by herself heading south. 4 hours later, at 5 p.m., when Red Hawk and the rest of the group got back to the camp, Chalet and the cook informed him that Rosemary had not come back yet. A group was immediately sent out to look for her, but there was no sign of her. And so Red Hawk turned to his son and to the cook and said, "Explain to me again what happened." And they said she was totally normal. She just wanted to go for a hike, and she took some food, and we watched her disappear into the trees. They also told Red Hawk that they had been sitting in the trail that leads in and out of the lake the entire time Rosemary was gone, and they never saw her. So she didn't leave the lake. She's somewhere out there. Confused and very concerned, Red Hawk had one of the other participants leave the lake and go contact authorities, and within 24 hours, there were 50 searchers combing the lake for Rosemary. The head of the search and rescue team was a guy named Grizz Adams, who had led many other search and rescue efforts. After studying the area and talking to Chalet and the cook and the others who were there, he just could not understand how a 70-year-old woman had managed to vanish so quickly and completely, because there's no way she climbed out the south exit.
Then why
because
would she
didn't have
ask the guy
climbing
if
gear,
she
and
wanted to
physically
come
she
with?
probably wasn't capable of that even with the right gear, and she didn't leave through the north exit, the main trail, because Chalet and the cook were there the entire time and they never saw her. So where was she? As the search continued to find nothing, Grizz called in more searchers on horseback, helicopters, and dog teams. But the dog teams immediately proved to be useless because they were unable to pick up her scent, despite the fact they knew exactly where she started and where she was going. Grizz said that was highly unusual. For the next several days, searchers looked in and around the lake and up onto the mountainside.
Maybe she planned it. If I was an old lady and this happened to me,
about a half-mile away from where
I
she was
wouldn't
last seen. But
go through all the trouble of doing it that way.
Theory as to what happened. Ultimately, after almost a week of searching and not finding their mother, Rosemary's children elected to terminate the search. Grizz Adams, the head of the search effort, said the only time he's ever seen something like this is when someone was trying to disappear. They were trying to end their life. But Rosemary, before she went on this hike, she asked Chalet to come with her. She wanted company. That's not indicative of someone that's trying to hurt themselves. But regardless of the reason, to this day, Rosemary has never been found. So that's going to do it, guys. If you found the secret in today's episode, let us know in the comments what it is and where you found it. So give us the timestamp.
I need to watch one that's not just straight up just sad. I need like
video and you haven't done this
maybe 5% sad at most, but most like 95% spooky. Hold on, let me find a good one. One more. Unsolvable mysteries. The Unsolvable Mysteries one seems nice. I wonder, are there more? Let's see, scary stories. Are there more ones about people who went missing but came back? Those ones are creepy. But like, everything's okay because they're fine. Top 3 scariest true stories? No. The thumbnail for this one gave me a chill. This one, I don't like it. I don't like that one bit. The Caribbean disaster, distressing content. That one sounds fun to watch. Neighborhood killer does the unthinkable. Jesus. This must be the worst way to die? What? Okay, we could watch scariest stories or impossible places people were found. Sounds interesting. Is there another like found alive video? I guess this impossible places people were found. This one seems interesting. Top 3 impossible places people were found. Hundreds of people go missing under baffling conditions in the woods of North America every year. One former police detective named David Politis has begun investigating these strange disappearances in his incredible book series called Missing 411. You can find the links to that in the description below. Today we're going to be looking at 3 of his cases that, even amongst thousands of strange disappearances, these rank as some of the most bizarre. But before we get into today's stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story... Let's get into it. Let's get right fucking into it, Mr. Ballin. The people don't want to wait. The awful dark.
1950, 2-year-old Jackie Copeland was playing with his 3 older sisters at a picnic in Pleasantville, Pennsylvania. This picnic was for Jackie's father's company, so there was lots of parents and lots of other kids there, and it was located on this hillside that was right up against a very swampy forest. Jackie's parents had been keeping an eye on Jackie and his 3 sisters,
I think he just
while
always wears a
simultaneously
plaid
trying to have
blue
conversations
shirt
with some of the adults. And at one point, they got so sucked into a particular conversation that for a little while they were not looking at their kids. And when they finally stopped talking to this person and turned to look, Jackie was gone. In a panic, the parents rush over to the daughters and they ask them, where's your brother? Where's Jackie? And they say, oh, we don't know. And the parents turn around and it's just a sea of people and other kids and it's just chaos. And so Jackie's father just yells to the group, I can't find my son. Help me find my son. And so very quickly, the whole picnic starts looking for Jackie Copeland. After about 15 minutes, when over 100 people looking could not find any trace of Jackie, his parents called the state police. The police showed up in force with bloodhounds, and they began looking all around the area, but the dogs couldn't pick up a scent, and they, like the rest of the hundreds of volunteers, could not find any indication of where Jackie might have gone. The assumption was he must have wandered off into the forest, but after being in the forest and looking around and seeing how difficult it was to navigate, because it was basically just this big swamp, they figured we're bound to run into him here because he just can't have gotten very far. But that night when the sun went down, they still hadn't found Jackie and they still had no leads. And so the police and most of the volunteers had to suspend the search until the next day when there was daylight. And so Jackie's parents and some really hardcore supporters, they stayed out all night just yelling for Jackie and continuing to look, even though it was nearly impossible with no light. The following morning, when the search was picked up again, there was a crew of people that were way outside the boundaries of what was considered the main search area. They were 2 miles into this swampy forest at this oil repressuring
Yeah, I'm gonna need some more goosebumps, guys.
Situated on this one stretch of dry land in the middle
Only
of this
got 5
forest,
so far.
where basically all around it was this impassable,
Raise the
almost moat-like
goosebumps.
swamp where the water was particularly deep right around the edges. The searchers were not on plant property. They were on the other side of that deep swamp water, just looking at the plant. And one of the searchers happened to notice a child was poking their head around the back of a tree that was right next to the plant. It was like the child was peering at the searchers before tucking itself back behind the tree. The searchers couldn't believe it, and they rushed over to the plant, and sure enough, it was Jackie Copeland.
How did he
was
get
sent
over
to a
there?
hospital, and a doctor examined him and said he just had a couple of scratches on him, but other than that, he was in great health. A local newspaper called the Logansport Press followed up with the Copeland family after they were reunited with their son, and they wanted to know what everybody else wanted to know. How did your son get through 2 miles of impassable swampland onto this plant that even adults have difficulty getting
Maybe he
to?
built a
In the
boat.
article, the parents said after they got their son back from the hospital and they got him home and, fed and cleaned up, they asked him, what happened? How did you get where
Yeah,
you
this is
got?
a missing
And they would say,
411
although
case
he's 2 years
video.
old and he spoke in, child speak, kind of like child gibberish, his story was very consistent every time they asked him, and they asked him repeatedly. And so his story was they were at the picnic and he was looking into the forest and he saw someone peering from behind a tree at him. And Jackie felt like this person or this creature wanted him to come into the forest. And so he got up and he walked to the forest. And as he got closer to this creature or person behind the tree,
This
they
kid's fucked in
scampered
the head.
farther
This
into
kid's
the
a fucking
forest. And so
sicko.
Jackie pursued them. And so as Jackie continued to walk towards this
No,
person
no,
or
no,
creature
no,
who kept
no.
vanishing farther and farther into the woods,
No.
he said he reached an area that he called the Awful Dark. And when he was in the awful dark, he said there were all these wild animals around him that he couldn't see that were howling and barking at him, but they wouldn't get closer to him because
I'm
he
gonna
was with
throw
a
up.
giant.
That's
and
so
this
fucked.
giant led him through the forest and led him to this plant. While it's easy to discount this story because it's being told by a 2-year-old who does not understand everything they just went through, what's not easy to discount is how Jackie wound up 2 miles away.
Yeah,
on this
kids are
plant,
always
which
saying
meant he
weird,
would have
creepy
crossed
bullshit.
A 2-mile stretch of impassable
Kids that don't even go
swamp.
missing
That's
say
what
weird,
the
creepy
police were saying.
bullshit.
That's what
Like
the
the
searchers
Jerry
were saying.
kid.
It's not possible for a 2-year-old to cover this distance. So the only rational explanation is Jackie had help getting to this plant. And it's also interesting to consider
I think
the
a
fact
2-year-old could
that when
babble
Jackie
about,
was found
like,
by the searcher at the
there
plant, he
was
described Jackie
animals
as
and there
peering
was
from
the
behind
awful
a tree,
dog.
like he was kind of hiding from the searcher. It's the same behavior that Jackie described this person or creature doing to him when he was at the picnic. And so between Jackie's story staying fairly consistent for a 2-year-old and him mimicking the behavior of that person or creature he saw in the tree line, it's led people to speculate that while Jackie certainly may not understand who or what was calling him into the woods, that there's a real possibility that there really was someone or something that was watching Jackie from the tree line and got him to come into the forest.
He turned on creative mode and flew 2 miles away.
On February 7th, 1970, 16-year-old Jeff Haig was hiking along the Appalachian Trail
He had
with his Boy
X-ray
Scout
mode
troop.
on too, that little
Jeff had been a
bastard.
Boy Scout for 3
Took all the
years, and
diamonds
he
in
had
the
been on
server.
similar hikes in the past, and so he was very comfortable with hiking, with camping, and being outdoors. The
Bro,
hike they had planned...
I have to pee so fucking bad, but I'm literally terrified to get up and walk and go to the bathroom because I know the sun's down. I know the living room lights are not on. They usually aren't until I turn them on when I eat dinner.
I'm actually doing really well for myself from listening to toddlers. My advice would be to start listening to children. Ask them about mutual funds.
Yeah, they've got a lot of surprising wisdom. That scared the shit out of me. Bro. Oh, I'm scared, bro. Here, let me open up my stream on, Here, I'll just open up my stream on my phone. Oh shit, I forgot to send this picture to myself. Fuck. Hold on. Bro. I'm scared. Bro. Help. Wait, I see myself. I see myself talking. No, that's not gonna work. Looking at like... I'm sorry, but... I need like calming music for dogs. Fuck.
Number 10. The disappearing VTuber. While streaming, pet girl Natasha Nyanners got up to use the bathroom, but she never came back.
The last thing they saw of her was her on her stream.
Walk into the awful dark. We're waiting.
No! Shut the fuck up about the awful dark! There's gonna be a bunch of scary animals coming out and the thing peering out from behind a tree like this. Jerry wants to play. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm not gonna go mysteriously missing and they won't have to send a search party after me to comb the entire woods and mountain area. I'll be right back. I'm actually terrified. Why did I do this to myself? I thought it'd be easier to watch scary videos while streaming. Oh.
Rumor has it that the last thing Natasha Nyanners saw before she disappeared was Jackie Chan cranking that hog.
I know what cranking the hog means, but I always picture like a weird TikTok dance move. Like it's like a weird TikTok dance that you hear about and you're like, what are those weird TikTok kiddos doing? Oh, they're doing the hog crank. I wonder what that would look like. Just like doing like a weird like cartoon move. Crank that hog. Yeah, crank that soldier boy. Okay, hold on. I have a new BRB screen, by the way. I just used the animation from my newest YouTube video. Wait, is my mic on here? Okay, yeah, it is. It's animated by Newbie Pro. I just thought it'd be a cute little BRB screen. And then you guys are on the TV too. Oh god.
Sadly, Nyanners didn't realize she shouldn't meet its eyes when she sees it in the bathroom. She was never heard from again.
Bro, I'm gonna fucking die. Oh no. I wish I could just piss in a bottle. I don't want to walk through my dark living room to the dark bathroom. Fuck this shit, bro. Bro, the lights are off in the bathroom and I'm gonna have to turn them on, but I'll be in the dark bathroom for at least a split second. I'm scared. Check the shadow behind the door. Stop! 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 I think April's at the gym. Well, guys, if this is really my last time seen and heard alive, I just want you guys to know. Fader than a hoe, fader than a hoe, fader than a hoe. Okay, I'll be right back. guys, what's up? Okay, I'm back. Bro. Oh, bro. I went to the bathroom, the scariest fucking shit happened to me. You won't even fucking believe it. Scariest shit happened. I felt like I was gonna scream at the top of my lungs. I went into the bathroom, sat down on the toilet, did my business. I won't go into detail because it's kind of gross. And I looked. There's no toilet paper.
It was only about 2 miles long, and it was a beginner trail that was very well marked, and it was broad daylight, so it was a very easy hike to make. About 3/4 of the way through their hike, the Scoutmaster had the group stop and sit down and take a break, and Jeff wound up being the last one to kind of make it into this rest stop. He had kind of fallen behind the group.
Nyanners? What are you talking
and the
about?
Scoutmaster asked him, are you okay? Do you need food? Do you need water? And Jeff would say he's just fine, he's just a little bit tired. And so after a few minutes, when the group was getting ready to stand back up again and start hiking again, one of the senior scouts was not done eating. And so they asked the Scoutmaster if they could be the last to leave the site and meet up with them farther down the trail. Scoutmaster said that was fine. We're pretty close to the end of the hike anyways, and so we'll see you in a few minutes. And so Jeff, the Scoutmaster, the rest of the troop, they all get up, they start hiking down the trail, while this one senior scout stays back to finish eating. After only a few minutes of walking down the trail, Jeff once again began falling to the back of the line until he finally stopped, and he called out to the Scoutmaster and said, you know, he's not feeling great. He's gonna sit down in the middle of the trail and wait for the senior scout, who he knew was still eating at the rest stop. He said he was going to wait for him to catch up with him, and then he and the senior scout would walk together the rest of the way. Now, at this point, the Scoutmaster's thinking they're only about, 5-10 minutes from the end of the hike. And so he didn't want him to sit there, but he figured, okay, he's tired. The senior scout's going to be coming through this really well-marked trail any minute, so not a big deal. And he told Jeff, no big deal, we'll see you at the end. And so the Scoutmaster, along with the other scouts, makes their way to the end of the trail, which comes to an end in a parking lot.
I think I need the,
they just wait for Jeff
Subway
and the senior scouts
Surfers
to come out of the
Kinetic
trail. A couple of minutes later,
video
the
on
senior
the side
scout
of this
emerges,
video.
but there's no Jeff.
To
And
pay
so the
attention
Scoutmaster
better.
goes over to him and he says, where's Jeff? And the senior scout is like, what? I didn't see Jeff. I was alone, and then I walked down the
He's
trail,
like,
and I didn't
I was
see
looking
anyone.
for Jeff.
And so the Scoutmaster's
I can't find
like,
Jeff.
was sitting
He's
in the
like,
middle
did you
of the
see
trail,
Jeff?
like
I don't
maybe
see
a couple
Jeff.
100 meters
Where's
away
Jeff?
from you. He was
Do
waiting
you guys know
for
where
you.
Jeff
And the senior
is?
scout says, no, I didn't see him. And
I
so
didn't see
in a
Jeff.
panic, the Scoutmaster and the
Where did
rest of the
Jeff
scouts
go?
ran back up the trail because it wasn't that far to get back to that rest stop. And they're looking for signs of Jeff the whole way, and there's none. At the rest stop, they turned around and were yelling for Jeff the whole way back down to the parking lot. And again, they didn't see him, so they hopped in the van they had left in this parking lot, and they drove to the park headquarters where they informed Park Services that they're missing one of their scouts. The Park Service immediately sent teams out to the area where Jeff had gotten lost, and they called the police, who sent out a whole nother crew of people to assist in the search. Considering how well marked the trail was, everybody was baffled that Jeff could get lost so quickly and so completely. Luckily, Jeff had a pack-on that contained warm clothes, a sleeping bag, food, water, and matches.
Maybe
and so
he was
they're
trying
looking
to
around,
run
and there's
away.
snow on the ground, and it's already starting to snow some more, and they're thinking, he does have basic survival skills, and he's got some supplies. He should be able to survive on his own out here for a couple of days.
Oh man, a drinking game with like a missing persons video.
Looking for Jeff in this area.
Not ones where they like perish, obviously that would be fucked up, but like ones where they're found.
To the point where every night was well below freezing. On the 16th, almost exactly a week from when Jeff went missing, they made a big discovery. They found his pack sitting on a rock in the middle of this icy river, where the only way it could have been placed on this rock is if he was standing in the water, which would have been at least waist deep. And even more strangely is all the contents of the bag had been pulled out and placed neatly on the rock, as if someone was taking careful inventory of what was inside. And it didn't look like anything was missing. Although at the time there was no good theory as to why the pack was where it was and why it looked the way it did, what basically everyone could agree to at this point is now that Jeff does not have his supplies, he's almost certainly dead or going to die soon. And sure enough, 2 days later, Jeff's body was found approximately 1,000 meters upstream.
I thought this was a found alive video.
Jeff was found sitting up against a tree, His jacket was unzipped, his pants were unzipped and pulled down slightly. He did not have a hat on, he didn't have gloves on. He had removed his socks but put one of his boots back on. His body didn't have any scratches on it and he didn't have any broken bones. It was determined he died from exposure. So with Jeff's discovery, there were naturally a lot of questions. The first one being, why did Jeff wade into an icy river and place his pack on a rock and then take everything out and lay it out on this rock?
Maybe he's looking for something in
his pack and walk 1,000 meters upstream and sit down in a tree.
Because that's what I do when
I
I'm trying to find some shit in like a bag. I take a bunch, like everything in there out to see if I can find whatever it is I'm looking for, you know? Empty it out, take out everything one by one.
His clothes off. And even if he had a good reason to leave his pack and go upstream to that tree,
he do weird shit when cold. Yeah, that too.
To get the contents
probably just like hypothermia induced confusion.
His legs weren't broken. He could walk, but he didn't. He sat at the tree until he died. And regardless of the pack mystery, why did he leave the trail in the first place? The last thing he said to his scoutmaster was he was going to sit on the trail and wait for the senior scout to finish eating and come meet him. He was not indicating that he was going to go anywhere. He was actually saying, I'm going to be right here. So there's nothing about his behavior that indicated he wanted to voluntarily leave the trail.
Yeah, all those people were found without clothes too.
Like as soon as the scoutmaster turned around and walked down the trail, Jeff must have hopped up and ran off the trail and jumped into the river and taken his pack off and ran up to the tree and taken some clothes off and sat down and slowly died. Now, of course, none of this makes any sense unless you consider an alternative theory put forth by people involved in the search, and that was Jeff was abducted. In that moment of time when he was sitting on the trail and his scoutmaster had walked away and the senior scout had not finished eating yet, so had not seen Jeff yet, while he's sitting there by himself, somebody was in the tree line watching Jeff, saw this moment of weakness and rushed up and took him. That theory does explain a lot of the strangeness around the scene where Jeff was found, but it requires someone to abduct Jeff for no clear reason. They weren't even interested in Jeff. They brought him down to the tree and then were just kind of curious about him. They didn't physically harm him. They kept him from going anywhere, and that ultimately harmed him, but there were no marks on him. He was not attacked. And then after he passed, or shortly before, they just took his pack and were rifling through it and putting it on the rock and looking at each piece inside the pack, but they didn't take anything. They left it where it was. And then they vanished. But what kind of a person is just hanging out along the Appalachian Trail, randomly abducting people and toying with them as if they're a child toying with an ant?
What the fuck? I don't think he was abducted.
38-year-old Corey Kelly contacted his good friend Jim Naprud to see if he wanted to go grouse hunting with him. Grouse are a type of game bird. Jim agreed, and the pair decided to meet at the Red Lake State Wildlife Management Area in Foretown, Minnesota, which was not far from where either of them lived. So the two men, along with Jim's dog named Sammy, arrive at the campsite on October 16th. They get out, they start setting up the campsite, putting the tent up, getting all their food laid out, and that's when Jim realizes they did not bring gasoline. So he says to Corey he's going to go into town and get some gasoline. Corey said he would stay back and continue setting up the campsite, maybe go out and get some firewood, and he would look after Sammy while Jim was gone. When Jim pulled away from the campsite, he turned and saw Corey carrying a shotgun with Sammy by his side walking into the woods. And so Jim assumed he must be heading into the woods to go grouse hunting. An hour and a half later, when Jim came back to the campsite, Corey and Sammy were gone. Now at first, Jim wasn't concerned at all. He figured Corey was still out grouse hunting and that he and Sammy would be back any minute. And so Jim hops out of his truck and he continues setting up camp. He goes out and gets some firewood. The whole time he's kind of looking around the woods, waiting for Corey and Sammy to, make a sound or show themselves, and they don't. And as the sun goes down, Jim's starting to feel a little bit more worried. And so he gets his phone out and he tries calling Corey, but the cell phone reception's so bad, he can't place a call. Jim knew Corey was extremely competent in the outdoors. He was an avid hunter, and he knew this area really, really well. However, he thought it is possible he could have gotten turned around while he was out grouse hunting, and so I should signal where the campsite is. And so for several hours, Jim honked his horn and flashed his truck's lights in hopes that Corey would see or hear him. Finally, after midnight, when Corey and Sammy had not returned, Jim decided, you know what, I'm psyching myself out. I'm sure they're fine. They'll be back in the morning. I don't know what happened, but I trust Corey can handle himself. So Jim falls asleep, and very early the next morning when he gets up, he's looking around, hoping he's going to see Corey and Sammy. They're still not there. And so Jim begins to search the area himself. Jim walks 2 miles into this forest that's very thick, it's very swampy. He sees no sign of Corey or Sammy, and he's yelling for them. He's trying to call Corey on his phone, but there's no reception. And so he turned around and walked back to the campsite, now trying to dial 911, but even that wasn't going through. It was a total dead zone. And then luckily he saw some campers that were out near his campsite, and he asked them to try calling 911, and their call did go through. The police show up and they begin searching this forest, and they find almost right away that it's so difficult to walk in this forest because of how swampy and marshy it is that they have ATVs brought in just so they can do a basic search of the forest.
Go?
And for 2 straight weeks, they looked everywhere in this forest for Corey and Sammy, and there was nothing, no sign of them. Then on October 25th, 9 miles away from where Jim and Corey's campsite was, 2 hunters found Sammy wandering around the forest.
He's
and
alive?
She was hungry and dehydrated, but overall she was in
the
good
dog,
health.
yeah.
And so they tried to get her to track to wherever Corey was, but she wasn't doing it. At this point, the focus of the search was shifted to where Sammy was found, and they began searching that area, and 3 days later, they found Corey's cigarettes and his lighter. The following day, they found Corey's overalls, socks, and sweatshirts, now 14 miles from where Jim and Corey's campsite was. But even after finding all these things that belonged to Corey in a relatively small area, they looked and they couldn't find Corey. And then the weather started to get really bad, and it started to snow in the area, and they had to postpone the search. The search was started up again in mid-November, and they brought out all these scent-sniffing dogs, and they searched that area near where all his things were found for 13 more days. But again, they couldn't find anything. And then another wave of bad weather came in, and they had to postpone the search again, this time for the whole winter. They began looking for Corey for a 3rd time the following year on April 28th by flying a plane over the area where all of his clothes had been found, and they were able to spot Corey's body. He was laying right in the middle of the swamp, right in the middle of the tall grass. It was determined he died of hypothermia on the first night he went missing, which means he had to have run a mind-boggling 14 miles through this forest before winding up in the swamp. And if you remember, on the very first search for him, the police were unable to just walk around the forest because of how swampy and wet it was. They had to bring in ATVs just to look around. And so the idea that Corey was able to run 14 miles in this swampy forest seemed impossible. In fact, that's what searchers said. It was impossible. Unless you were being pursued. If you think your life is in danger, you will do things that you cannot do unless your life is in danger. Adrenaline makes it that way. Lending credit to the idea he might have been pursued by someone or something is where he was found. He was found in the middle of the swamp, in the tall grass. There was a hard, packed path about 15 feet away from where he was found that he could have very easily gotten to. But he chose to be in the swamp, in the tall grass. So you gotta ask yourself, if you were in Corey's position, and you had the choice between standing in knee-deep water in the middle of a swamp in the tall grass, where there are other dangerous predators in the swamp, or you can just stand on a path and be safe, which would you choose? Well, obviously you choose the path under normal conditions, but if you were trying to hide from someone, you might choose the tall grass. The last time Jim saw Corey, he was walking into the woods with Sammy carrying his shotgun. But when they found Corey in the marsh, there was no gun. And in fact, that gun was never recovered. But they did find an expended shotgun shell casing basically along the path they think Corey took to get to the marsh. He did have his cell phone on him, but from what I read, it looked like either he didn't use it or he just never had any service. Corey's death was ruled an accident, even though many people believe it's far more likely he was being pursued by someone or something, because it's just not normal human behavior to, in the middle of the night, get up and run 14 miles through a swamp. So that's gonna do it, guys. If you found the secret in today's video, let us know in the comments what it is and where you found it, so give us the timestamp. And if you're the first to do that, we'll pin you at the top of the comments section.
Chasing him
if you
through the
enjoyed today's
woods?
video and you haven't done this already, please do a trust fall with the like button. But when they
Oh my god, bro. I feel like I need to watch like a cute dog video with like, I don't know, peaceful music. Holy shit. I tabbed over and saw this shit. I'm fucking done. I'm out. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Cute dogs compilation. Baby dogs, cute and funny dogs. Okay, here we go. We'll just watch a little bit of this. This is like the chaser to the shot of horrible, scary, sad, tragic videos. Holy fuck.
Somebody's birthday on Friday. So
It's someone's birthday on Friday. Aww. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Those are cute dogs. I'm not scared. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Oh my god, okay, wait.
Cute dog disappearing in the woods. Stop it,
Super
please.
Would you like a carrot?
A carrot? That's cute. Oh, that's not. Top 3 impossible places dogs are found sleeping. How did they manage to sleep in this place? Top 3 unexplainably cute dogs. Dogs so cute. We don't even know how they got that way. Okay, I love this video. It's so cute. Aww. Is that a corgi? Dog going mysteriously missing in water. Stop, stop, stop. Why did they censor this?
Happy birthday to you. Do your zoomies, baby. Yeah.
Oh, copyright? You can copyright a dog? Oh, look at him go! Oh, he's beating the cows. Bro, I went down a rabbit hole last night. I just started watching cow hoof cleaning videos for an hour last night. I don't even know how I stumbled upon it, but I was transfixed. Oh, bro! Snoring away. Just having a little nap. Oh, he's so cool. He looks so cool. Aw, he thinks he's still swimming, but he's not. He's paddling his little feet. Dude, you are so weird. Have you watched the horse hoof trimming videos? Yeah. I watched those and the cow hoof trimming ones where they like help them because they have like a foot problem. Aw, what a fat puppy!
Just wait, Nyan. We'll be there soon. If you are not up to the job, then one of us must take up the beacons. It shall be done, Ag Fifigay.
Did you just call me gay? What would you do if a spooky ghost calls you gay? You're like a ghost hunter and you get the little radio out.
Distinguished gentleman.
Aww.
The way he is sitting.
And you hear it and you play it back and it's just like a ghost going,
"You're gay." You're a little gay wad. Ooh.
Aww.
Take a bath today.
He's got a little mohawk. That's so cute. It's so cute and it makes me forget all about all the really terrifying, sad, missing persons videos I just watched. Look at that cute dog butt. Oh, ghosts aren't real. I love this royalty-free music.
Look at my happy guy. Oh, just a happy guy. Oh, just a look at that happy.
Shut the fuck up.
Dog.
What kind of dog even is that? It doesn't even look like a dog. Past a certain point, we kind of like fucked up dogs, didn't we? No. Oh, you cheeky little bastard. Why is he doing that? Top 3 mysterious unexplained dog behaviors. Dog is haunted. Dog in the awful dark. Yeah, maybe his face was itchy. Bro, do you think we could make this video scary by putting the scary music over With like the sound effects. I'm getting scared. It's actually working. I don't like it. Guys, what the fuck is that? I see an apparition. Jerry, no! Are these just sugar gliders?
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is actually scary as fuck. I hate their little black eyes. Oh my god, there's a third one. A third sugar glider. Look at their little noses wiggling. I thought this was a cute dog video. What? These aren't dogs? Oh no. This is so fucked up. They're torturing that dog with water. No. Look how fat and wrinkly this little puppy dog is. Oh, Jesus. He's gonna bite off all of her fingers. Oh, hell no. No. No fucking way. That's fucking terrifying. Not the bidet. Wait. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me turn off the scary music because I'm actually getting kind of scared. I don't want to be scared anymore. My scary arc is over. I'm done. I don't want to be scary anymore.
What are you doing?
What doing? In France? Do they usually have like a separate like thing to wash your butt like this? It's not attached to the main toilet that you go number 1 and number 2 in? Yeah? Oh. Wait. So you're telling me you go do your business, you sit on the main toilet, you finish, flush, then you have to get up, walk a little, and then squat down on this thing to wash your little hiney? That's absolutely psychopathic. What if you trickle on the ground? What if some poop trickles out? Those you get the trickles out economics.
Miska, what are you doing?
French people are fucked up. They're fucked in the head. Aww. They're brother and sister. Whoa, what kind of dog is that?
Come on, Nugget. Come on.
Aww.
Come on. Good boy. Good boy.
Are those Welsh corgis? I'm not gonna lie, this dog has a really creepy looking face.
You want your belly rubbed?
Oh, the belly rub. Okay, well, this cute dog video plays in the background.
Hey.
Let's take inventory. Are you guys scared?
Look at the two.
Do you feel at peace with yourselves?
Come on, Maverick.
I'm scared as fuck. No? Are you positively spooked out of your mind? Are you feeling afraid? Are you home alone right now? Are your doors locked? Aw, he's got little slippers! Aw!
Good boy.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh, you look great.
That dog is yesified.
There she is. She's flicking her feet.
I wanted to show something.
She's swimming.
Now that we're doing a cute, wholesome hour to make up for the horror show that we just witnessed. Okay, let me see if I can find it real quick. I sent it to myself on Discord. Hold on. Bishoujo Stuff sent me something in the mail. And I got it. I took a picture of it. It's kind of a crappy picture, but it'll do.
I have to ask this of you, Nyan, but are you a scaredy cat?
Yes. I am a really big scaredy cat. I cannot handle scary stuff. I'm way too sensitive. Oh, look at the little fat little fluffy buddies. Fluffy muddy buddies. Aww. Okay. Here it is. What the fuck? That's not a noise a dog makes. Okay. Here, look. Bishoujo Stuff sent me this. I got it in the mail the other day. It's so cute. They sent me, it's a framed picture of my Yakuza card thing, my trooper card. And it came with like mounting materials, but I'm honestly scared to do it myself. Let my ass April to help me mount it. But yeah, it's so cute. It's got like a golden frame around it. And I think they sent it to me to like commemorate like such a cool moment, like such a cool accomplishment, like getting a trooper card in the game. It was so sweet of them, cause I think they knew like a couple weeks ago when that went live, and like they tweeted out about it, like the fact that there's some people being kind of weird about it. And if I'm being honest, I felt pretty down on myself, and I was like, man, I don't know if I deserve to be in this game. I don't know if I deserve to have this kind of opportunity. And I just felt like I couldn't really celebrate it or be proud of myself. I think like staff knew that I was having some trouble, so they did something like this for me by, sending me like a framed picture of it to be like, here you go, you fucking idiot, you fucking dork. Be proud. Commemorate it. Like they had like I think there was like an insert, like a little card that came with it that said like, oh, this is a way to celebrate cool moments in your life, from like the company that like framed it. It's like I think it's like a company that you like upload a picture and they can frame it for you or something. I don't know, but man, when I opened up this shit the other day, I teared up so bad. At first I was like, what? It's like a framed picture of my Yakuza card, and then I read that insert that's like, you can frame any picture to celebrate any cool moment or occasion or milestone, and I was like,
Those
oh
stinkies
fuck.
can pound sand, Madge.
Stink meat? I've never heard that one before. Stink meat. Go pound some sand, you little stink meat. You little gearhead. But yeah, yeah, it's like my employee of the month. Like on SpongeBob. I was confused at first. Then I read the insert thing. It wasn't even anything they wrote. It was just like some insert, like an advertisement for the company, and it like clicked in my head. I was like, oh, they're trying to show me that I should be proud of this accomplishment because it's like really cool. And I do deserve it. And I was just like standing in my kitchen, like holding this fucking framed picture of my stupid face and just tearing up so bad. Like, holy fuck. Yeah, it is cool. And I get so happy whenever I hear people talking about how they use my card and how it's really epic and cool. So I do appreciate that a lot. And I appreciate the Vishojo staff who put this together. It was a really sweet gift. And I love it. I have it up on my desk right now. And I look over at it and I'm like, yeah, that's me. Employee of the month. So yeah. It was a really, 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 really sweet gesture. Thank you so much to Vishojo staff. That's me. That's me. When is the worm getting a card? My worm model? Maybe someday, maybe someday. But yeah, thank you everyone for supporting me. I appreciate it so much. I'll try to not let that kind of stuff get me down anymore. It's easier said than done. It's just one of those things that it's always like can be kind of tough to deal with when you're known by anyone in any capacity. Just like I talked about it on my return stream, but people are always gonna be saying stuff no matter what. People who don't know you and you don't know them, sometimes they say it just because they just want to say stuff. They're just yelling into the void. Sometimes they, I don't know, they want to cause a little mischief, you know? Sometimes they just want to say mean stuff to get a reaction out of anyone, and it's just how things are. But yeah, the positive outweighs the negative, always. And it's easier said than done to say, like, you gotta focus on the positive more than the negative, but it is very good advice, and it is the right thing to do. Yeah, fuck those little twisted little stink meat. Those little those little meatballs, those meatball heads.
For you, Nyan. Fuck them hatters.
Yeah, fuck that Mad Hatter, that weirdo in Alice in Wonderland. What was he even up to? What's an unbirthday? They're celebrating someone going back in? Huh? Going back into your mom's vagina? I don't know about that. That seems kind of weird. Hatter's gonna hat. But more importantly, the people who are here and are watching me and always have a good goofy rootin' tootin' time with me, they're gonna have a goofy rootin' tootin' good time, and I appreciate you all for that, so thank you very much. Anyway, I'm sorry I was only gonna stream for a little bit today. I just wanted to, I don't know, I had a spooky itch that I needed to scratch, so I just wanted to watch a few spooky things, because I'm too scared to watch them on my own. So thank you for watching spooky stuff with me. I hope you guys don't have a hard time sleeping tonight. I probably will. But let's find someone to send our soldiers to. Where should our soldiers go tonight?
I say the developers should not stop there. They should make a Michael card, not a Lord Ethelston one, so people are like, who the fuck is this dude?
Bro, that would be awesome. Some picture of Aethel. Like IRL Aethel. It just says Michael. Michael! Michael joins the fray. Use his powers to your advantage. And his armor. Speaking of which, I gotta...
It seems that Pink Cat is very good.
Oh, what the fuck? Thank you so much. Thank you. I tried my best. Thank you very much. Speaking of though, I gotta go help with... I'm not gonna be in the Risk stream, but I gotta help with some stuff with it. So, sorry for the stream being on the short side, but I will see you on the flip side very soon. I will be back on my channel probably on Wednesday, but I will keep you all updated and such and so forth, and yeah, and so on. Oh, Ross is on right now. Bro, I feel terrible. I think I need to raid Ross as an apology. I did a video with Ross and a bunch of other really cool artists and people, and I was supposed to send my like footage to him so his editor could put me in the video, but I completely fucking forgot and I feel awful. I'm so fucking sorry, Ross. I'm so fucking sorry. I just got so like... It was during my break, so I was like really preoccupied and scatterbrained, and like I was also working on my my stupid lore video that took like a week. When I like work on stuff like that, I get so hyper focused. But I feel really bad. I hope I didn't cause much inconvenience, so let's go over to Ross. No, you don't have to apologize. The raid message, I guess say... Oh, feed the ants raid. We have to convince him to feed the ants so that he can join the ant army. Are you guys up to the task? Not ants as in like your family members, but ants as in like in an anthill. Little ant fellows. So no, I'm sorry Ross, but feed the ants. Feed the ants raid. Yeah, that's a good message. Wait, is that a cockroach? Oh, that's an ant. I didn't even know there was an ant emoji. What the fuck? Alright, I'll send you on over to Ross's house. He's playing Gartic Phone with some artists. That's always a good time. Bro, him and like all the artists that he works with on these streams and videos are so talented. It's amazing. Yeah, thank you all for watching. I had a really fun time. I'll see you on my channel possibly Wednesday. If not, I will let you know of any cancellations or whatever. Whatever. See ya, motherfuckers. See ya, wouldn't wanna be ya. I got so many goosebumps, holy shit. Here we go. Wait, he just ended? Are you fucking kidding me? It's like he knew. Oh man, he really is upset that I didn't send my footage. Fuck. Fucking god damn it. Fuck. Well, this is awkward. Meat is playing Killer is Dead. Okay. Okay, go say hi to Meat. Fuck, bro. I guess I'm gonna have to message Ross. Yeah, go say hi to a very special cave lady. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Hope you have a nice night. Remember, ghosts aren't real. And don't wander off into a forest alone. That's all you need to know. Yeah, and tell me to feed the ants. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you. Stay cool out there. Look out for Jerry. He's always watching. He's like a Jerry Seinfeld ghost that's always lurking, trying to get more material for his stand-up routine from your daily life. What's the deal with walking up to the fridge and opening it up and looking in there for a bit and then closing it and not getting anything? Because you're hungry, but you're not that hungry. There's clearly a lot of food in there, so you could have something, but... Okay, goodbye, everybody.